Preparing live streamed in the meeting, yeah.
Preparing live stream for a meeting, yeah. Preparing live stream for a meeting, yeah.
SF Comic Book Company. Michael McDonald version of this. All right.
It's much better with me.
All right. Welcome back to the SF Comic Book Company. This is the weekly show, the SF Company Hour, number 28. 28 with a vengeance. What's going on? Welcome back to the show, Mr. Francisco. Welcome back.
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Coming into the Zoom life that we have now lived now. So how you doing, Francisco? How you been?
Doing pretty well. I mean, no work, but that sucks. I mean, because like we've been in the fucking entertainment business of like working for shows and stuff, and none of the theaters have been able to put anything on, so that's a bit of a bummer, but it's allowed me to like focus on school, which is rad. But other than that, surviving just like everyone else.
Nice. It gives us time to read a bunch of comics, so perfect.
Oh my god, yeah, so many video games. Like so many video games, so many. Like my nerd self is thriving.
I've been training for this my whole life, man.
Exactly. Like other than not being able to see friends, kind of not much has changed.
I'm okay with that. I was kind of sick of my friends anyway, so it's been a blessing in disguise. Now I only have to see Rick once a week. Speaking of Rick, what's going on, Mr. Grayson?
Nothing much, man. Just
got the White Claw. I got the Truly, man, the competitor, man. Yeah.
Oh well, I got from the variety pack too, so I got tangerine, and I got the watermelon too, man. But that
watermelon. Oh, I'm down with that. Huh.
The tangerine's on hit. I thought it was gonna be the watermelon, but it's a tangerine.
Right.
And when this fucking podcast turned into Sex in the City, man. Jeez. All right. Well.
Oh man.
How you doing, Rick? How you doing this week?
Doing better, man. I wasn't about to lose my shit last week.
You look like you have color in your face now. You were looking a little pale the last couple of weeks, man. Now you look like a normal person.
Well, maybe I got my life back and shit. It's like Pleasantville. I got the color and shit now.
Right.
It was a better week, man. So
awesome. Definitely. Yeah, it seems like things are kind of getting better. It's nothing's perfect yet, but it seems like stuff is kind of getting a little better in out there.
Is it like days are getting hotter, man? People are gonna want to go out more and more, regardless of the situation.
Yeah, people risk their lives to go out to the fucking beach.
Yeah, for real.
But it's I'm glad some more restaurants are opening up. The most importantly, I guess we can talk about this right now. Comic book shops open back up. So this week, comic book shops, a lot of them are doing curbside. I think outside the city, there's some spots that you can go into, but for the most part, it's curbside pickup. We made a field trip on Monday, I believe, to hit up a couple comic shops, kind of just feel the vibe. So hit up Amazing Fantasy on Irving, got to visit Frank, and got to pick up some comics that I had on my pull list for a while. It was great, man. It was nice just to see a comic book store and like pick up comics and stuff. So that was fun. So nice. So Francisco, did you make it out to a comic shop this week, or did you?
No. Well, so like I was telling you before we went on, my girlfriend's birthday was this last week, and I had rented out a cabin for us.
Stop showing off, right? You have a girlfriend. We get it. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm a nerd, and I date humans. So
get it. You're cool, man.
But it was her birthday, so we rented out this cabin for like pretty much the whole week last week.
You didn't read from the book, right?
Say read from the book.
Don't pick up the random items in the
don't read the Latin. Don't read the Latin.
Don't read the Latin. Whatever you do, don't read the Latin.
Well, I had this like chainsaw arm, but I was like able to like get that fixed before I came back. It's all like human now and whatever. But no, we were gone all last week. It was just like really nice to be in like the woods and away from people and shit.
Yeah, the ultimate social distance, huh?
Yeah, totally.
That's cool, man. That sounds good. Yeah, sounds like a good time. Cool. Do you plan to go on hit up a comic shop near you? What's about?
Yes. So I was gonna talk about this later, but I have this comic book series, Undiscovered Country, that I've been reading.
Mhm.
And this is just the first issue, but I haven't been able to get to a local comic shop to pick up the latest issues, which has been a big bummer. And this will come back into play later when we talk about apocalyptic stuff. I have a bunch of stuff to talk about here, right, but awesome.
You came to the right place,
right?
Awesome. Yeah, cool. Rick, did you make it out to a comic shop this week?
No, sadly enough.
Yeah.
But coming up, I'm gonna try to order something for my day off Thursday so I can make it out there.
Yeah.
Take a little walk,
Yeah.
Since the weather's getting better.
Yeah, awesome. What's the comic shop you free?
I'm gonna try to head out to Amazing Fantasy since they're awesome, pretty much the closest one to me,
Awesome, yeah. It's on your way, way home too, right? Isn't it
it's on my way back home, but I don't know. What are their hours? Because I know retail shops are even corner stores are supposed to be shutting down at 8. Comic shops, I think, close at about
it depends.
Anyway,
I think Frank's usually 7, I believe. I don't want to quote him on that, but let's see. Yeah, it's a great shop, man. I love that. Frank is just the best guy, man. He's just the nicest dude. Just one of the nicest guy in comics, man. So if you can make your way over there, shoot him some business, that'd be awesome. And
it's my local area, so that's the best thing.
Good guy, very knowledgeable. Has been doing it for years. So Sundays 11 to 6, Mondays through Friday. Actually, Monday through Saturday 11 to 7. That's the hours on the website. But I would call just to make sure that he's there, if he's there or not. So, but shoot him some business if you can. And like places like Mission Comics too, man. Leaf over there too. He's another great guy. So if whatever your local comic shop is, try to frequent as much as you can, because you want to keep these guys in business as much as you can. So I'll show off some of the stuff I bought in another segment. Francisco, you're muted. Are you chewing right now? Is that what it is?
Yeah. And also I'm having my girlfriend find my vape because I forgot to grab it before we started.
Can't do this sober. What the hell? What's wrong with you? So it's cool to see comics back. That's that was kind of a fucked up situation. Cool. I got all this free time and I can't read any new books, but I have plenty of stuff I got to read anyway. So that's probably a good thing. Take a couple months off from a comic shop, but we're back with a vengeance. All right, cool. So Rick, you want to get into some news first? I know we're going to talk about the Snyder thing a little bit later. That's
okay. So the Snyder thing.
Yeah, let's just do some random. Later. Let's do some random.
Ruby Rose leaving.
Yeah.
CW.
So did they give a fit?
Well, apparently. About what happened? So
I heard two things. I heard that she didn't like the hours and she wasn't really committed to doing she didn't realize it was going to be a 16-hour 20-hour day work week. Hey, when you're a lead of a TV show, they're gonna ask a lot of you. So
well, that's one thing. It turned out that she was kind of rubbing a lot of people the wrong way backstage. So it kind of, in a way, they're not really revealing a lot, but it kind of sounds a little bit like that Lethal Weapon kind of deal, that somebody was just a little bit too difficult to work with.
You're talking about the TV series?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy was just
the guy who played Riggs was just a little bit too difficult to work with.
He brought in Sean William Scott and fucking canceled the show 2 weeks later.
It's fucked up, man. Don't blame it on Stifler, man. It's just a bad show and all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a property that I'm not sure if it would have worked as its own show yet. It's can you build her and have her make cameos and then
isn't that what they did? She guest starred in that was it the event from last year? That's how she started. She didn't start off in her own show.
One episode? 2 episodes?
No, she was a part of that miniseries first, and then they spun her off.
Yeah, I think they should. I think sometimes you need to include a little bit more just to get the barometer trust. Because I'm not sure the people were clamoring for a Batwoman.
I just don't think she's a good actress. That's the problem. she's a badass. Like I've seen her in a couple movies. She's not really the greatest actress, but she can fight. She's a badass fighter. She was in I think John Wick, the first one. She was the girl in the hotel room.
Oh, she was. Oh, okay, that's who she was.
That was a cool scene. Like, I think she's good in bits, but her has been like a leading lady in a movie is just I don't think. I don't know if she has the chops yet for that.
If they wanted to do like a female Gotham show,
female goth show,
should have gone with Gotham, a female character from Gotham. If they wanted to do that, they probably could have went the Question and went with Montoya, but.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just don't think Batwoman had like a big clamoring to see Batwoman on any kind of screen right now. I'd rather see the Question. The Question, she's it's just a better character that can translate to like television.
Did you read any of the Batwoman comics, Francisco? The one and all that?
No, like at most, I had a crush on Batgirl in Batman the Animated Series.
Yes, sir. Barbara Gordon, man.
Totally. But
all about Barbara, man. I love her.
Damn, there she is, huh?
From the '60s TV show, man. That's where I first fell in love with Batgirl, man.
I never followed the comic series just because I don't know. I was like all about I was like all about the Batman and the Hulk, and I had enough to like satisfy me for that I didn't really start exploring other characters until I was like 20 and like Batgirl flew under my radar.
So if they're not named Bruce, you're not fucking with it. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, pretty much. I like my Bruces, you know.
Bruce, you're not named Bruce. Get the fuck out of here. All right.
Right.
So Rick, what do you think about this? Who would you cast in this? Like an unknown, or would you like? Do you have
for Batwoman?
Yeah, because in the comic, she's his cousin, right? Is like a long distance cousin or some shit.
Yeah, but this is the whole thing. Now
she's ex-military.
She's ex-military, but so
she's a lesbian. So
not just that, she's Jewish. So I heard that there was like a big backlash of like, oh, we wanted a Jewish actress and.
Well, there's no Jewish actors in Hollywood. Fuck.
Well, it's not just that, but they were just like, well, she has to be a Jewish actress, and we want it to be lesbian. Kate, and it's like the actress. What was her name? Ruby Rose. She was a lesbian, but like according to her, she was saying, oh well, according to them, like the whole LGBT community, I'm not lesbian enough, and I was like, wow, now you have to be a certain level.
Well, if she doesn't vote for Joe Biden, she's not lesbian enough.
Yeah, I just I hope they go with an unknown. It's just that way they're just saying, you know what, we're giving somebody a chance. It's not an actress who has to try to justify why she's taking this role, not being a lesbian or probably not possibly being Jewish or whatever. There just shouldn't be any kind of backlash against
I think the backlash
it's the Rose Tico kind of argument right now,
I think the initial backlash, she wasn't a great actress, and so they kind of like her work in a previous movie doesn't like I don't know, like Batwoman's not really beloved, Batwoman's not really like the most beloved character, so I don't think it's I don't know how many fucking Batwoman fans are out there. I'm sure there's a nice little chunk, but it's not like some iconic character.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think people were clamoring for this show at all. So.
So we got some chats in here. Danny Quintero, sup y'all? Sup Danny? How you doing? Our number one fan, Danny. Victoria, hi guys. Hi Victoria. Are you coming on the show, Victoria? You know you wanna. Yeah, we have Birds of Prey to talk about.
Oh yes.
Big Leo, is that Bruce Campbell with a Stephen King shirt? Yes, it is.
Right.
Yes, it is. The second time I've been called Bruce Campbell in the last 2 weeks. You guys are just melting my little smutty heart, man. Let's see. Big Leo again. Support Mission Comics. Even the cat ain't feeling her. The cat is very upset about the whole thing. Let's see. And then everybody's So no one's really excited about this Batwoman stuff. So it's it's a meh thing for sure. Like it's not gonna. I guess whether they're playing in a big Superman versus Batwoman crossover next season, so that's gonna be.
Another thing is that I know I've talked about this before on this show, but like the CW superhero shows like are so
horrible,
fucking lame. Like if they just committed, And like if they just committed to an hour-long hour-long episodes, made it, just invested the quality, there's so much kind of like replay value there. I mean, look at all the like shows that and it's not like DC can't do it, like they've created so many amazing animated films, and it seems like that's the only thing DC can put out, like on their side, like Batman Year One, like the Red Hood, like
when they were doing stories based on comic books,
exactly.
And when they started like trying to make continuity out of the anime movies, they kind of lost me. So
it's like
they were just doing individual storylines. I thought that was great, like Flashpoint and like fucking New Frontier and the Dark Knight Returns is great.
It's not that they don't have quality stories. It just kind of seems like they're trying to put out quantity over quality. It seems like they're just trying to just keep fucking getting them out, keep shooting them out, and like hoping that it's like throwing shit at a wall and hoping something sticks. But if they just like took the time to really invest money and quality time into their product, like DC would be a bigger name, it would be more equivalent to Marvel, whereas I feel like DC is like such a step below Marvel right now.
And for a time DC had the the stronghold. They had the TV, the animated, the movies, and like it was just like the dumpster. And now it's just Marvel's just shitting on it, even though they like Marvel hasn't produced a good cartoon movie, probably not ever.
But they don't need to anymore. It's like what's the point? Everyone's so rock hard for the Avengers. It's like
I think it's more the Berlanti stuff on the CW, if anything, because like the Titans is actually halfway decent. It's actually loads better than a lot of the CW shit.
Yeah, well, it's like it's on a different.
That's the whole thing, but it's still DC. That's why I'm. The CW DC, the Berlanti shit, the Arrowverse fuckers. That's the cheese. That's the cheese stuff. Because I just saw Stargirl, and I'm not sure if Stargirl is Berlanti. That's actually that was good.
I was talking to Frank earlier, and he was talking about he checked it out. So it's on tonight. So I just recorded. It's all actually on.
I got it recorded.
Yeah. I heard it's good. I saw the costumes they did for the JSA. I love the JSA, so I'm pretty excited. And the book, the original Stargirl, Stars and Stripes by Jeff Johns is amazing. So I think they're basing a lot of that off of that storyline. So that's some of like Jeff Johns' first DC work. So it's it's a lot of that CW shit. Like the Flash started off great. I thought Flash, first season and a half Flash, I was so into it, man. I was so happy with it, but it took a fucking big shit after that, man. It was just it turned into a CW show, and so we'll see. We'll see. I think they need to end this Arrowverse. I think it's once Arrows are done. I think it's time to end it.
Yeah, I think it's time. It's either that or don't give Berlanti any more of this shit, man. It's just honestly, it's kind of like mail order. Let me go to the dollar store and get your DC hero costume kind of shit. And like Black Lightning was the last thing I looked at his costume. I was like, God damn, dude, they're not even trying anymore.
Yeah, Black Lightning does not look good now. Let's see. All right, let's go see some more news here. Let's see.
S.J. Clarkson. They might. There's a project. Our Marvel project says it could be Madam Web.
Like, why?
I don't know. I don't know
all the characters are gonna do a Madam Web movie.
I don't know if it's.
I heard it was Jackpot actually.
If it's animated, I'll be good with it.
I heard it. Yeah, it's not. It's gonna be live action. I heard it as Jackpot. It was the character Jackpot was gonna be. Dude, of all the characters, like really, I'm not excited about that. Maybe they'll do something cool with it.
I think it's Sony. Sony's reaching, dude. They want to make that Spider-Verse.
They want that cinematic universe, man. Yeah. The key word now in Hollywood is cinematic universe.
Cinematic universe.
What can we fucking put together and fucking put out? Huh. Well, we'll see. What I don't know. Like, there's so many other spin-offs you can do for Spider-Man. Like a Black Cat movie you can do. Like,
Oh, dude, that would kill.
Yeah, Black Cat would be awesome. Fucking badass, hot fucking babe thief. Like you really don't need her to tell the story. The problem with some of these movies, like Venom, you need Spider-Man to tell this a proper Venom story. Black Cat, you don't really need a Spider-Man involved. He could definitely, integrated, but some of these characters they're crucial to have Spider-Man in it. So it's kind of stupid if you're not putting Spider-Man in these Spider-Verse movies.
Totally.
We'll see. I don't know what kind of spinoff would you like to see, Francisco? From a
I would love to see Carnage.
Carnage, yeah.
I would love to see.
He's coming in the next Venom movie, so.
No way, serious.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson.
It's a horrible.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, it's called. What is it called? Venom. There will be carnage or some shit. It's a horrible fucking title.
Yeah, I thought there will be carnage. They just fucking.
Just call it Maximum Carnage.
Maximum Carnage. That's all it needs to be called. Maximum Carnage.
That's all. You'll say, dude, $1 billion right there, man.
Jesus Christ.
Maximum Carnage. Stupid.
Yeah. So yeah, it's fucking Woody. Did you watch Venom, the Venom movie?
No, I didn't watch Venom.
Yeah,
it looked so bad.
It's pretty much a '90s superhero movie. There's like a couple sprinkles of decent stuff, but you need a Spider-Man. You need Spider-Man to tell Venom. Like you can't just jump in there and like. And so, spoilers for Venom. Woody Harrelson shows up at the end. He visits him in Eddie Brock visits him in prison, and it's Cletus Cassidy, and he's Carnage is gonna.
Sick.
So that was filming in San Francisco for a minute before the whole the virus to end all viruses happened. So. So you're getting your wish. I think it's
thank God.
At least something right.
God bless. Yeah. You set your standards low and you'll always be happy.
What do you think Woody Harrelson has Carnage?
That's goofy as shit. I mean, like I don't know. So I never saw Venom, but from what I could tell, they gave Venom a lot more of like a funny bone that seemed weird in the trailers, less of like, this is a frightening creature that like is capable of so much.
You mean Brock or Venom?
I think Venom. Like I remember watching the trailer.
Venom making jokes.
Yeah, Venom was kind of had a sick sense of humor though in the comic. He did have like a fucking very like twisted but not like super
twisted.
goofy,
but like what I saw from the trailer was just like corny, like uncle jokes. It
was the most '90s superhero. Like if this should have been made in the '90s, it would have killed. It definitely just felt out of place.
So like imagining Woody as Carnage again doesn't just like. It doesn't give me that like, oh, this is someone you like don't fuck with kind of vibe. It's more of like, this is just like, this is a silly little guy just doing silly little things. Look at this silly little dude just like wrecking shit. I don't know. It just didn't give like, I just would love like a fucking, I mean, what could I compare it to? Like, I would love like a dramatic, like, sort of realish approach to like Carnage and Venom to where it's like this is pretty much a horror movie, Yeah, definitely. And they just put a little Spider-Man in there, man. Just put a little like a quick little scene, hey, man. Because I don't know, just having Venom without Spider-Man just doesn't seem right, man. It's a different world. All right, so we got some more. Let's see. No one likes Ruby Rose. The Stargirl show looks dope from Big Leo. He said make it. All right, so we got some more. Whoa. Oh no, I'm playing the fucking song. Oh no, what happened? What am I doing? Oh no, all hell's breaking loose. All right, there you go. Sorry. So let's see, make an Injustice movie.
I don't know, man. I can make a good DC movie before they just
the comic Injustice was actually really good.
Yeah, totally.
Let's see. Alex Chili Con Carnage. Young Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson would have made a great Bullseye. Young Woody Harrelson as Bullseye. Maybe. Yeah. I like Colin Farrell as Bullseye.
No, well, you know what? Colin Farrell had the good thing. It's just shitty fucking execution, man.
I kind of like them. I like the director's cut of that movie. Of the Daredevil. So speaking of director's cut, look at that transition. So we're going to talk, there's a big hublub this week, the Hubala, the big Zack Snyder cut, the infamous Zack Snyder cut is actually going to happen. WB is going to throw it on the Hbomax, so bring some people over there. So famously, the Justice League movie that came out was directed by Zack Snyder. He got fired / had to leave because of personal reasons. All indications he got fired. And they just kind of covered it up. And Josh Whedon came in and kind of redid a lot of the movie, kind of cut a bunch of shit. And so all the people were complaining about the mustache cover up Superman stuff. That was all Josh Whedon. They had to bring him back in for reshoots, and they had to CGI his face, and it's very off-putting. It's very very weird. I didn't mind the Justice League movie. I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay. I thought it was it wasn't the best for sure, but I thought it was okay. But I'm kind of excited about this because Batman versus Superman, the regular cut of that movie is horrible, but I love the director's cut. The director's cut is actually a vast improvement on the movie, so we'll see. Rick, I know you're excited about this subject. What do you think about this coming out? Because it's very exciting. Rick, are you paused right now? Are you okay?
No, I got an unstable internet connection right now.
So Francisco, what do you think about this?
I don't know. Like, I think it's.
Well, first question: did you watch the Justice League? What did you think of this?
Yeah. No, I mean, it had Jason Momoa in it. Of course, I watched it. I don't know, man. I mean, like, I think it's like kind of pointless, but I'm like gonna watch it anyways. I feel like I can't imagine what else could have been in there, to make it better.
It's a 4 hour.
4 hours of footage, man.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? It's 4 hours.
So they got a lot of shit.
You're nuts.
So they had what was it? They had the black costume. Superman was in there. The black after he died and comes back, he had the black suit in the comic.
Okay, that's sick.
Martian Manhunter was in there. The guy who played the General in Man of Steel.
I had no idea they even cut him out.
The guy who played the General in Man of Steel.
Oh no shit! Fucking Alan. God, I can't remember his last name now.
Yeah, he's in a lot of shit. He's gonna be Martian Manhunter. They're gonna reveal that.
Buffalo Bill, right? Wasn't it Buffalo Bill? Didn't he play the General? The guy from Silence of the Lambs? Or am I tripping?
No, not that dude. The black dude, the black colonel.
Oh, the guy from the Matrix. The other guy, the asshole.
The other black guy from the Matrix.
Fucking hang on.
I forgot his name, but
he was Martian Manhunter. They had some Green Lantern stuff.
He's actually a good cast for Manhunter. I like that.
He has that voice, that deep voice too. Like
he has a great voice for it.
What else did they cut? They had the Green Lantern stuff was in there. Some Green Lantern.
Are you talking about the guy that plays Tank?
No. Okay, so do you remember the guy that him and Morpheus they were beefing?
Now?
The guy that was in charge of Zion, like
the guy who was in charge of Zion instead of Morpheus. Yeah, him and Morpheus were beefing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
Yeah. They had Darkseid.
They had a lot more stuff with Wonder Woman. I heard.
A lot more stuff with Wonder Woman. A lot more stuff with Darkseid. I think they actually had a scene with Darkseid in it.
More stuff with Amber Heard, and I think a couple scenes with Willem Dafoe in there too. But I don't know if that's going to get included because they already have the backstory for.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so there's a lot of shit they cut.
Oh, dude, I'm excited. I had no fucking clue. This is fucking rad.
Yeah, so it's a lot of shit they're gonna add to this. So they're saying it might be a 4 hour. He might just split it into like segments and just have like a bunch of different.
Like hour-long movies would be good, but it's just like one thing that gets me is this is just to show the fucking executives at the WB they don't know what the fuck they do.
Just let these filmmakers make their movie. If it sucks, it sucks, and if it's good, it's good. Like just let them like leave them alone. Like fucking if you go in there, like the more you cut it, the more you like have like it's the old adage: too many cooks in the kitchen, man. Too many people are involved with this shit. And they cut it all up. It just fucks it up, man.
And too many chips, not enough Indians.
So like like making movies anyways is a fucking gamble. But when you have so many people that are trying to appeal to such a wider audience instead of giving what the fans they want, like you get like the fucking Topher Grace as Venom in Spider-Man, like
exactly.
You get fucking and I mean like there's such a big audience for comic book shit now that it's like they're doing themselves a disservice by trying to appeal to the masses instead of the fans.
It's the new mythology,
and it's really fucked. It like they're shooting themselves in the foot every time they fuck with a fan's creation, and like Zack Snyder, as much as I may or may not like him, he is a like comic book nerd, and like he did He did I will say, like, a good job with the Watchmen movies in that each shot was like stripped right from the graphic novel. Like, I kind of, trust this guy to like take care of his fans and do the comic book shit right,
Yeah, like it's just a piggyback on what you said about, like, ripping pages off the book and just like putting them on screen. He did it with 300. He did it with the Dark Knight. Batman versus Superman. He's given us a lot. And the one thing that kills me about WB is they are trying to switch DC into Marvel. Don't.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I think I love about. This is why I'm a DC fan. DC is actually a darker
totally.
Superhero universe. And for them to try to lighten it up, there are those characters that are lighthearted.
Like Flash, you can't do dark.
You can't. But because
really.
the Flash, the Flash. Look, the Flash. Shazam is one of those characters you don't want to do dark either.
Even like Green Lantern, in some ways, is not really a super.
Depending on which
Green Lantern can get there. He can.
Yeah.
Green Lantern needs to be a fucking cop.
It's a buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing. If you're gonna do a Green Lantern, don't just do Hal. I mean, Hal's cool. Don't get me wrong, but give him Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart's he's boring versus with Hal, the fly guy kind of dude. It's just the dynamic would work in that kind of sense. Same thing with like Guy or Kyle Rayner. You put them, it's the veteran, the grizzled old vet with the young rook. So the tropes are there. It's just
they could do so much with Green Lantern.
Like,
that's if they want a fucking cinematic universe. Like Green Lantern,
they screwed the pooch on
by itself. Itself.
Seriously.
So some of the things are coming in. They're going to put it back in the Dark Side. Dark Side, return of that nightmare scenario in Batman versus Superman. They kind of hinted on. So,
are they going to mention? Are they going to show anything having to do with Wally coming back and telling like Bruce? Because I was like, that's completely glossed over in this fucking next movie.
You talking about Barry?
Oh yeah, that's it, Wally.
Yeah.
Oh,
don't insult the name of.
I know. I apologize. That was really bad. It's just that's wishful thinking.
You are the king of wishful thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Why is my laptop is not working? Great. So yeah, they had. Oh, there it goes. The Atom was in it at one point. Ryan Choi, the Atom, the second Atom was supposed to be in it. Let's see.
That's a fucking lot of. I mean, Joss Whedon really butchered this movie.
It sounded like they cut a lot out for the sake of that fucking weak ass ending,
right?
It's more stuff with Cyborg.
I heard that's the biggest thing in the whole fucking movie though, is the fact that they had a lot of shit for Cyborg. They said from what I've heard or what I've read that Zack Snyder was saying that Cyborg, he was like the heart and soul of this movie, like the relationship between him and his dad. So the fact that they were to cut that fucking
it did kind of seem they glossed over that whole atonement with the father aspect of Justice League. They just kind of like flew by that.
They're saying like the third act is like super gonna change. The whole third act is different than the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, well, it said that they used parademons in the wrong way too. That it was Joss Whedon's thing to add the they can smell fear and all that shit.
Yeah.
All right. I guess.
You could tell that movie was like all over.
You could tell a lot of Whedon's touches to that shit. Yeah. I
love Josh Whedon too, but this one thing.
Not for DC, man.
If he came in the original to do it, that'd be one thing. But I don't know. If he was
gonna do Batgirl, because I heard that was rumored at one point, but he couldn't get a story together.
Yeah,
I would have been all for it, but it kind of a little bit sounds to me that that's the reason we were given with Joss Whedon. He couldn't get a story together. I think the execs just didn't trust him after the job he did with Justice League. So you see, he knows. He knows.
The cat gets it, man.
One person gets it. It's the cat.
Come here,
so I'm excited about this. I think it's May 2021. I think they're spending like 20-30 million to
20-30 million to do the no reshoots, but I think they said just to finish the movie.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of effects.
Yeah, a lot of effects need to be done. Yeah, there was like rumors early in the week that Affleck was gonna come back and shoot some more stuff and stuff like that, but that was shot down. So So we'll see. Like if this is successful, man, I don't know. Like, is this going to open the door for other director's cuts?
Oh, it'll open the door for them to reshoot The Last Jedi.
Because
give you a chance.
We're banning Last Jedi talk from this channel.
Oh no,
too negative. They were talking about David Ayer was talking about his. He has a cut of Suicide Squad.
I'd like to see that.
It's not a piece of shit.
Well, it still might be. I think it's still going to be a train wreck.
Yeah, that movie.
I want to see it still, but I think it's going to be a train wreck because they said he had more Joker scenes.
That might be the worst DCU movie out of all of them. Yeah. Actually,
Birds of Prey. I agree. Birds of Prey is the worst.
Was it that bad? I didn't see it.
Pretty bad.
Okay, you know what? And this is the thing.
It's a movie. It's a comic book movie that for people made by people
who don't know about comic books
and never read a comic book in their life.
That's kind of the vibe I got when I saw fucking.
These are characters by name only. That's not.
Oh, I'm not remembering it.
It's just it pains me with that particular movie that they took one of the most badass fucking female characters ever that was written, just made her of. I mean, she's. What did they say about her, Ray? That her language is fighting. Her fighting style. Cassandra Cain.
Oh
just
made her like some weird ass joke.
Ruin it.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is Black Mask. So lame.
Like actually, the best part of the movie. The best part of the movie.
He's not acting like Bella. He's just human. He's not acting like Black Mask.
He's not acting like Black Mask. He's just acting.
Sassy Black Mask.
But still good.
It's still a fun character, but it's not Black Mask. Yeah,
it's not like distracting from the fact that Black
Mask, but it's the only enjoyable performance in that movie.
All right,
McGregor, man. Ewan McGregor's fucking great. He's good.
He's good.
He's good. He's a good guy. So yeah, the Zack Snyder cut. People will finally shut up about it, and they're actually gonna make it. So that's good. All right, so let's do a quick little Scoob non-spoiler review.
Oh.
Rick, you saw this last week or so?
I saw this 3 days ago.
Okay, I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, dude, I texted you. Like, did you see it
yet? Francisco, did you see this at all?
No, I didn't see this. I didn't really feel a need to. It seems like every fucking 5 years they come out with a new version of Scooby-Doo. And
pretty much. It's like one of those things that like it kind of comes out every couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a like I don't know say a reboot of the characters, but it's like
a retelling.
Kind of retelling of the origins of Scoob. It's no pup named Scooby-Doo, but it's definitely a different take. I thought this was okay. You
didn't like it?
I thought it was okay. I had a couple problems with it. I thought the cameos were cool. It's kind of I guess it's kind of a spoiler. It's a kind of a Hanna-Barbera
fan service movie.
It's a Hanna-Barbera kind of shared universe. Rick Dastardly is the villain of the movie. Oh, sorry, Dick. You mean Rick? That's the best joke of the fucking movie.
That's like the one piece.
I knew I was gonna get that too.
Yeah.
No, it's Dick. Rick. I'm gonna get that sound clip and fucking just play. But seeing Dick Dastardly is awesome. And if you see Dick Dastardly,
somebody's around.
Somebody's around. One of my favorite characters, fucking Muttley. I love Muttley.
How did Will Forte do as Shaggy?
That was one of the issues.
One thing that
was one of my major issues was
really
the voice casting. Yeah, I did not like the voice casting for this movie.
That weird, huh?
Yeah, it was so weird. It was just like, I like Matthew Lillard has been doing voice of Shaggy for the last like 15 years. It's Scooby, and he's done actually a really good job playing that character. Who was the original? It was Casey Kasem was the original.
Casey Kasem.
Yeah, so he did a great job playing Scooby Shaggy for all those years. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I just like Zac Efron was Fred. Was it?
Yeah, I'm looking at the cast right now.
Tracy Morgan was Captain Caveman. I guess that's a spoiler for the movie. That was, that was.
You said no spoilers. What the fuck?
Well, whatever, man. No one this age group is not watching this movie. So it's the voice cast is not good. I didn't like Thelma's a sassy black girl now.
Yeah, that's the only part I didn't like.
Velma is Gina Rodriguez is looking like who did that.
Yeah, and I don't know, exactly
that was the only
that was
me like jarring. Voice casting.
Yeah,
because they're all younger, so it's a younger cast.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not a
why
big
their voices
Zack-
sound.
What's his name? I guess this isn't a trailer, so it's not really a spoiler. Blue Falcon is Mark Wahlberg's Blue Falcon.
Right.
Yeah.
I like Ken Jeong as Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Yeah,
Yeah, love Ken Jeong, man. That guy
Ken
is
Jeong,
so
amazing.
fucking funny.
Yeah, have you seen that Darkest Timeline podcast with him and Joe McHale?
No.
It's good. Yeah, they have
Yeah?
yeah, it's good. I think they're like 12 episodes in or something. They had a few episodes ago. They had the cast of Community come on.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. Yeah, it's just him and fucking Ken Jeong talking shit and shooting the shit. It's pretty good.
I love that. They're both fucking hilarious.
Yeah, both funny fucking dudes. So it's okay. Like you do a bunch of drugs and watch this movie with a bunch of friends, it's fine. But yeah.
Yeah, but what a low standard. You do that with like fucking anything.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Time,
yeah.
you know?
So Rick, what do you think of this?
I like it a lot, dude.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. It felt like I was waking up on a Saturday morning and fucking just throwing on, the cartoon and
The wacky races?
yeah, dude, they get all the East. This is like I said, it's a fan service movie. It felt like a bunch of fans did this movie.
Cool.
Like they have like the Hex Girls that happen to be. That was a poster of the Hex Girls that happened to be like one of these
Shit.
girl
That's
bands
cool.
that come on to.
Yeah, a lot of little
Come onto the
cameos, all
show.
Easter eggs for sure. If you're
The-
an old school
They-
Hanna-Barbera fan, you're gonna.
They
you know,
even did like an opening sequence shot with an updated song. Pretty much shot for shot that whole opening sequence of Scooby-Doo Where Are You, which is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I definitely
good
like some
song.
of the nostalgia stuff for sure. Like definitely like cool. I remember that. But I don't know, just some of the casting, some of the storyline was like, meh.
No, yeah, so once again, like I liked a lot. There was like the only kind of thing was the whole ending part, which to try to kind of make sense with Alexander and like the dog lineage. But other than that, I mean, it's a fucking cartoon. Dude, if I had kids, this would be like a great way to fucking like introduce
them to it.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Let me show you this, and it's like not just that, but it's a good way to introduce them to a lot of Hanna-Barbera. Like Hanna-Barbera is just like it's a timeless treasure of of like different generations before I guess this new generation like kind of like takes it and spins it and turns it into their own, kind of like they did with Looney Tunes.
That's the thing with a lot of like these projects that come out for like, and the cynic part of me is like it's just for nostalgic
It's my favorite part of you,
purposes
man.
and just for like people to get like it's essentially like people paying for nostalgia, which I have a problem with, but at the same time it's introducing to these newer generations like the great shit that we grew up with and the great shit that we love.
I have no problem with that if it's done right. Sometimes they do that to try to get you in and they totally fuck it up.
Yeah.
So if it's done right, and in this one, yeah, I think it was, on the most part, a lot of, like I said, like he said, it was like a whole Hanna-Barbera universe. If this is a good point, this is actually, I think, would be a good point to start if they were going to start doing like more like Scooby-Doo movies. It's actually a good starting point. So
do you think that they're because I didn't see it, but you guys saw it, did you get the vibe that it kind of opened the door for them to put out more Hanna-Barbera kind of shit?
Oh, definitely.
Like,
for sure, yeah.
Do you think they're going to be putting out?
Scooby-Doo will probably be the next sequel, but and I actually thought about this in my fucking in my wildest dreams that they come across some fucking time machine that they go back in time and they go see the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Because there was like a little thing where like I think Scooby was bowling, and he did the kind of Fred Flintstone,
the
twinkle toes going up to the line, which is kind of dope. So I'm hoping that there's some kind of like they find a time machine, go and see the Flintstones, set the time machine to come back, but kind of like fuck up like kind of Marty McFly style.
Oh, they go back
further into the future.
Yeah, get some Jetson shit.
I see the Jetsons.
I'm okay with that. I'm not mad at that
Actually,
at all. That would be.
That's a good pitch right there.
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
yeah,
then,
I'd like to see that.
I'm trying to think of all the Hanna-Barbera characters you could bring in.
In the Scooby universe, to share with them, you have Speed Buggy, you have Josie and the Pussycats,
Jabberjaw.
You got Jabberjaw, you got Yogi Bear, you got what was the guy? You got Doggy Daddy and
Augie, was it Augie Doggy or
Augie Doggy and Doggy Daddy? Yeah, Augie Doggy and Doggy Daddy. You had you could do Snagglepuss. Oh yeah, everybody even. Yeah,
Sassafras even.
Dude, so you got especially if they added the wacky racers. I mean, with Dick Dastardly. So you really open up to that. You got the whole fuck. What's that? What was the family? The Savage family. That was that one wild woman that always raced with the wacky racers. I forgot who it was.
You remember DC a couple years ago did the crossovers with like the DC characters and the Hanna-Barbera characters?
No, but that would be fucking dope.
They did a few of them, like a couple. They did one with the DC characters crossing over with the Looney Tunes, and then they did the Hanna-Barbera characters.
Oh, I would have loved to see Batman versus El Kabong.
My favorite one was Speed Racer and Flash, Wally West Flash, and Speed Buggy. It was actually really good.
I mean, I would love to see like a new Johnny Quest, you know? Like,
Johnny Quest would be dope.
So much they could do with Johnny Quest.
Yeah, they were talking about doing a live action movie a couple years ago. I think Robert Rodriguez was going to direct it.
Okay, there we go. That's exactly what I was going to say. Because if they do Johnny Quest is probably out of the Hanna-Barbera stuff. It's the most, I'd say, like adult. Like it actually is like borders on a kid version of Indiana Jones.
No, totally.
Which is great.
Just watch
but I just don't want them to bastardize it and fucking try to update it where all of a sudden Johnny Quest is some smarmy fucking game show host little kid, you know? It's like, don't do that to him. Please don't. No smarminess. Save the smarmy. Save the smarmy.
Yeah, everything has to have like a little edge to it and little, you know.
Yeah, all the time nowadays. Like,
well, you know, kids are assholes these days, so I don't know, man. It's
they make
kids have like always been assholes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Kids suck, dude. They never like pay rent or anything. They just kind of like
reloaded bastards.
They eat all the fucking food and they don't even fucking say thank you and shit.
Right.
Fuck those kids.
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. For real. I'll pay you back, I promise.
Yeah, so Scoob wasn't a horrible movie. I guess, you know, I'll probably watch it again.
I wouldn't give it like, it's not a 5-star. It doesn't deserve the Oscar. But as far as it's something I can enjoy and fucking definitely just throw on and watch again, I mean, yeah, it's fun. It's not something, if it was on, I'm like, oh shit, this fucking movie's on. Oh, fuck that. It's The Last Jedi.
It's kind of cool they're like releasing some of these movies that were supposed to come out in theater, because we're planning to see Scoob in the theater, so I get to see it at home.
Oh yeah, that would exactly. That's exactly.
You know, it's you know, hey man, we're all fucking stuck at home. Release some of these movies that were supposed to come out, and I'll pay $20. I'll pay $25 to watch this at home, man. Especially if you have a couple people with you to watch a movie with.
So let me ask you a question. Since you got it like that, how long do you get to keep the movie for?
I got it on YouTube, so it's 48 hours.
Oh, so you get to keep it for 48.
When you start the movie.
Yeah, when you start the movie. So yeah.
Okay, so $25 for 48 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Yeah, for a new movie, that's, you know, it depends on the movie. I'll pay, you know, I'm not going to pay, you know, for certain movies, but you know, you know,
like something like if Wonder Woman was to come out, that's probably a movie I would watch 2 to 3 times. Yeah. Depending after the first viewing. Yeah.
So what do you guys feel about that? Like the movie going like experience, like after this, like, are you like, once they open up, are you going right away? Are you going to be a little cautious about going to a movie right away? Like, what are you guys' thoughts on this?
Well, my girlfriend's mom is immunocompromised, so we're trying to do our best to like reduce exposure to shit, you know. She just did her like last chemo treatment for breast cancer, so like whatever precautions we can take, we do, you know. And then as far as like going back to the movies, man, probably not for a minute, because I imagine they're still gonna keep releasing new movies for viewing in the home for I imagine for a short while after, you know, whenever quarantine is lifted, because like I think that's like they might have accidentally stumbled onto something, and that it's like such a convenient and easy viewing experience. Like one, you don't have to fucking leave your house, you don't have to like pay for gas, you don't have to pay for parking, you don't have to pay for fucking expensive ass popcorn, expensive ass candy. You know,
you have to pay for like, if you have a family, you have to pay for your 2 kids, your wife, and whatever, you know.
Yeah, like, you can just fucking like one and done, buy the movie, hang out at home, fucking watch the shit, you know.
They did a poll, like 70% of like moviegoers would prefer to just to stay at home and watch a movie. So I I'm a
I'm
big
part
fan
of 30%.
I'm a big fan of going to a movie, like especially like a big budget, like big event movie. I want to see it on.
Oh, totally.
But
Yeah.
like for these smaller movies, like I'm totally okay, like staying at home and watching them at home, and I can pause and go use the bathroom. I don't have to miss the movie or anything, and make my own goddamn food. And so yeah, it's definitely more convenient on some of these movies. But if I have a choice of seeing a Star Wars movie at home for the first time and going to a theater, I want to see
I'd rather see it in the theater.
Like, don't get me wrong. As soon as like Jordan Peele's Candyman comes out, like I'm running to a fucking theater, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, and there's a lot of good movies coming out, man. You got Tenet coming out, like it's like the Wonder Woman. They got some good movies coming out. So either they're gonna, I think this model is working for them. They're discovering, hey, we can make a lot of money. We don't have to pay the theater shit, and we can just go right to the consumer. And people want this, man. And people are clamoring for entertainment right now. So this is like the perfect time to test this out. And they've been threatening to do this for years. They've been talking about doing these kind of like special boxes that you can like order like new movies, and you can like buy them for like, a certain amount, and like, so they've been talking about this year. So this is a big test for them. They're making money. Either way, they're going to make money. So, this might be the future of cinema, man. Like Sundance and what was it? Sundance and Cannes are going to they're going to show their movies on YouTube for free this year.
No shit.
Oh, no shit. That's good to know, man.
Yeah, so that's gonna be kind of cool to like see some of these cutty movies that you probably would never get a chance to see, or have to wait a year and a half to see them come out in theaters. So
totally.
I hope that something like that becomes the norm, though. Like afterwards, like with Cannes, like a lot of these directors, I think they're not really at this point. They're not really trying to make a huge amount of dollars. They just want the most exposure they can get.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So people, many people, they're gonna clamor if you like a guy who did like a short movie, like a 30-minute like short film, and it's amazing, people are gonna clamor for it. So
and a lot of people, like a lot of like true artists, just want their art out there. They don't, it's not, of course everything's about money. You want to make money and make a living out of it, but for the most part, you want people to see your product. You want people to, this show. I don't care if if one person watches this show, I'm a happy guy because that one person got some kind of enjoyment out of it. So it doesn't matter, if it makes money or not. So.
Totally.
It's the future is now, man.
Now. I don't know. I still want to go to a theater, man. Like he said, like once Candyman comes out, I'm gonna get my tickets. My whole thing, right?
So hype.
It's just like, so let's say me, Francisco, you, Ray, we decide to go to the film though, right? So we buy our tickets. How is this gonna work? Are they gonna like still sit people next to us, or are they gonna be like, oh well, you have to skip every 2 seats? Because I'm sure there's gonna be some kind of thing in place. We just don't know what it is just yet.
Like it's gonna be half capacity theaters and stuff. Like you sign this, you can't buy if you're a couple, you could probably buy seats together. But if you it has to be between folks and shit. I can see that.
Probably bigger queue,
And they're gonna have to after every screening, they have to have people come in there and wipe down the seats and shit.
Which they should be doing anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they should be doing that anyway.
Fucking disgusting, man.
Yeah,
it's like even if you like go one of first.
Real.
Oh, it's gross, man. Like, oh man, like at one point we were bringing like wipes to the theater just to wipe down the fucking seat. Like,
damn.
So if anything, it's gonna we're gonna have a cleaner society. We're gonna turn into Japan, which is good.
So the one thing though is I want to say this, if anybody who watches this show knows somebody in like any kind of official capacity with the city government, you stupid fucks, bring back drive-in movie theaters.
Oh my God, yes.
All it would take,
so crazy. We were just talking about this
bring
other
back
day.
Drive-in movie theaters. This would never have been a fucking issue. Never would have been an issue if there was a parking lot somewhere where we can throw up just a massive quick screen, and I'm sure they can do that, just a massive kind of block with the fucking screen to go across, and they just get a projector. That's all they do. You have a parking spot, a place where you can park at least 30-50 cars, you're set. You will fucking make money. That's an idea, but it's like they got rid of all our drive-ins, mostly in the Bay Area. I think there's only 2.
I think there's one in Walnut Creek area.
That's the one I'm thinking. I think
Concord has one.
That's the one. Concord, Walnut Creek. So that's out there.
The
only other one I know is like Hayward.
There's
one in opening back up too.
I've heard that there's one in Hayward. That there's 2. So, but that's just the thing that gets me. If there was these drive-in movie theaters,
I don't think that would have
wouldn't be
stopped
a
the
fucking
pandemic,
issue.
man. And everybody has a car and they can go do a fucking drive-in. Not like in the back in the day there was abundance of drive-in theaters.
Yeah,
I'm just saying I want one in Oakland. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to have to fucking go through the tunnel to fucking conquer.
I would even from out here, if there was a theater in Oakland, I would drive out there to go watch a fucking movie.
Yeah, I remember the last time I did Geneva Drive-In was the last.
Geneva Drive-In, yeah, I've been there many times.
I saw a Poltergeist 3 and Rambo 3. It was a double feature.
I obviously I see Boomerang. I saw Boomerang twice, I think. There. I like Eddie Murphy, man. What can I say?
Oh yeah, yeah. How many people packed in the trunk to go in?
It was just it was my brother. It was my brother and my cousin with their 2 dates, and then I was in the trunk.
I think we had like me and my like 3 of my cousins in the back seat under a blanket in the van with my uncle and my aunt.
Oh man, good times. Those are good times. I mean, if you could just charge just tell people $20 a car, because $20 is pretty much, at least in the city of San Francisco, is the price for parking for at least 2 fucking hours at any fucking any downtown parking lot. So you're parking for 2 hours and you're getting a movie. I say that's a win-win situation.
Just saying. So Alex Sanchez, I'm getting Sonic in Vegas with Carlos and William. How does that mean?
Is that like code? Is he okay?
I think they're getting Sonics, Sonic's Drive-In. I fucking hate you, bro. That's just dangled on the TV.
I mean, there's a Sonic in Hayward.
The best Sonic, the best thing Sonic has is the crushed ice in the drinks.
Oh yeah. The thing is, I'd drive to Hayward for the fucking the drive-in. I don't know if I'd drive to Hayward for Sonics.
Let's see. Space Ghost appears in here. Alex, the Jetsons.
I was hoping for Space Ghost too.
The Herculoids. The Herculoids can cross over with the Flintstones. Yeah.
What's the Herculoids?
Yeah. That was like weird. It was like a weird He-Man precursor. It was like weird dinosaur creatures and shit.
Oh yeah, these guys with the fucking big blobs with big black eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking freaky boys.
Exactly.
I like it. I like that impression. Do it again.
You start getting these sound clips, man. When you get the.
No, that would have been good just to have it like a
ASR
fucking just pop in the corner right here. Oh, man.
All right, so that was a good little discussion on some news and some topics. So we're gonna talk a little bit about some comics, some apocalyptic comics, some ones that could stand out since we are in the modern apocalypse right now. So, Francisco, I go to you first. What do you?
So I brought this up earlier. Undiscovered Country. I don't know if I've talked about it on this show or not, but it's not so much like worldwide apocalypse, although it kind of is. It's like the world is going through this slow end. There's this crazy virus.
Wink,
crazy virus, and the United States of America put up a big wall 50 years ago, and there's been no contact with the United States of America. No one.
I've heard about this.
Okay, outside. Yeah,
I've heard about this.
And so a team of people, after receiving a transmission from the United States that says that they have a cure for this crazy virus, the team of people go into the United States to find, I won't spoil it, but some shit that they did not expect at all. And it's a good read. It's it gets nuts so quickly. It's really creative with their creatures and with their societies. And it's just really good storytelling. Definitely recommend it. Some of the people involved, Snyder, Saul, I don't know how to pronounce that, Cumancoli, Orlandini, Wilson, and Crank. Put out by Image. It's a great read. Definitely recommend going out and getting it.
Yeah, how many issues are they in right now?
I think they have about 10. I may be mistaken. I think they have 10
Is it out
issues.
in trade yet?
Yeah, it's out in trade.
Okay, cool. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I've heard somebody else recommended it too. I heard it's really good.
Yeah,
that might be my pickup for the week.
There you go.
Get it, man, and let me know what you think too.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
And like it really keeps you guessing. Like you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, you know, which I'm a big fan of. I love being surprised. No.
Cool. All right, what else you got?
Me? What other shit? Dude. So I was just like looking through my fucking.
Oh yeah.
I was just looking through what comics I have, and like they're
just all apocalyptic.
No, so the other apocalyptic one that I have is East of West. I don't know if you guys have read this.
I heard it's really good.
So fucking good. Kind of a little all right, I won't say anything else. I was about to like say some shit, but I'll just I want you guys to read it, so I won't say anything. But East of West, super rad. Definitely like in a sense post-apocalyptic, but what it is this like alternate version of the United States of America. And like again, there's these like big crazy different societies. Like the Native Americans are like thriving technological like fucking kings pretty much, and the idea is that the four horsemen of the apocalypse have come to bring about the end of the world, and Death is on his own mission to bring back his son, who's been kidnapped by this like secret technological cabal, and have been using Death's son to like do a bunch of like crazy outlandish shit. It's a crazy read. You don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. And it's really, really cool how they do their how they portray Death, and how they portray the four horsemen of the apocalypse. I just like, there's fucking so much about this comic book series, and like the art style is really fucking cool too.
Who's doing that book?
This one, I think this is also Image. Also Image, Hickman and Dragata and Martin.
Okay, yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, Hickman's amazing, man. I love Hickman.
Yeah,
he's a fucking crazy bastard.
Yeah, fucking give this a read, dude. This and Undiscovered Country are both in the similar vein of like the United States is like a fucking horrible place to live, because how much like
tell us about the comic book.
And then I just had like some other shit. I just wanted to fucking brag about this signed Star Trek script I have. It's signed by I forget her name, but the woman that played Crusher in Next Generation.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah, this signed script for the Good Fight episode of Next Generation. Very
That's the doctor, right?
This one. Yeah, Crusher.
Leslie Crusher.
Leslie Crusher, yeah. And you know,
awesome.
just one of my treasures that I like to show off. You know, no big deal.
No big deal.
And then. Awesome. Yeah, I'll let Rick talk.
Rick, you want me to go or you want to
go? No, I'll go.
Okay.
So, I've been talking about this for a while now.
The Stand.
The Stand. It's so fucking dope. People have to read it. It's
yeah. Who does that book?
It's a Marvel book. Aguirre Sacasa and Mike Perkins.
Sacasa did the Archie stuff, and they did what else he did? The Dark Side, Archie Dark Side shit. What the fuck?
Was it Archie Dark Side? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, but Alex knows. He'll tell us in the comments.
Because you can see like some of the artwork here, like.
Yeah, it's great artwork, man.
It's a beautiful artwork. Well told. Stephen King. I think he wrote the foreword on one of the first books, and then Machio wrote the foreword on another one based on the conversation that they had. But just yeah, dude, I've read this book so many times, and it's just it's almost like a guideline for if shit starts getting fucking worse. Like just like you can see the moments in the book where like Nick's doubting himself after Mother Abigail's telling him like, well, my God says this. Like, I don't believe in no God. Well, the Stand's like one of my favorite ones because it's like more real world. And then I've been reading. All I read is apocalypse shit. He owns apocalyptic stuff. I constantly read it. So I'm gonna be buying a lot of shit that he's been talking about. So Age of Apocalypse, dude. This is what the cover of Age of X-Men Omega.
Is that John Romita Jr. art right there?
I think. Is it Romita?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't think. Is it? Okay, possibly. But yeah, but this is the cover for X-Men Omega. But this is huh? No. Is it?
Yeah, it's John Romita. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. It looks like it.
Yeah. So this.
Sketchy,
I'm sure if Alex is in the chat, you know, he can confirm or deny, you know, John Romita. But that's this is. I didn't know there were so many like books involved with the Age of Apocalypse until I started reading this. I thought I had them all, and it turns out that I'm missing maybe about like 6 books for the overall story. Like I'm missing the Blink miniseries 1 through 4.
Yeah, that was after the fact though. That wasn't.
Was it? See, that's the whole thing. I didn't like. I just collected the whole series.
That was not during the when it initially came out. I think that came out after.
Yeah, because what they do is they say that particular storyline is to explain a point in time where she wasn't involved with any of the story, and then she popped in, and this is where she popped in from. So I was like, all right, that's kind of cool because it's how to explain the whole thing where everybody's at.
Yeah, so the story is basically what was it, Bishop? They go back in time to stop Legion from killing Professor Xavier. From killing Magneto. Fuck up and he fucks up and kills Xavier.
Xavier instead.
So basically alters the timeline where Magneto is in charge of the X-Men and Apocalypse pretty much takes over, and it's pretty much the end of the world.
Yeah, so, he enslaves everybody.
It's actually pretty do you ever read the Marvel side of things? There's a Marvel I think it's was it Marvel X Universe or some shit. It's like how it affected all the Marvel characters.
Oh yeah, it affected Daredevil. The Daredevil actually works for Matt Murdock. Works for Apocalypse in the High Council. Yeah. He's responsible for a lot of the culling. I was just reading about X Universe 1 and 2. Talks about a lot of other characters like Spider-Man. What happened to Spider-Man? I think Spider-Man's dead. Right? Parker was dead.
Mm-hmm. I think so. I haven't read that.
Yeah, I think Parker was dead. Iron Man was like all fucked up. The Punisher was dead. There's a lot of fucking characters in the Marvel universe. Like you think that he'd be alive. No. Apocalypse killed him. Apocalypse just killed everybody. But that's the best. That's what I love is about this particular storyline is the fact that we always think of like what would happen if Apocalypse won? Oh well, Apocalypse wins. And this one, Apocalypse is won. He's taken over, and the X-Men are just like a small group of like 15, 20 mutants that are trying to take him down.
Yeah, so. Another good X-Men like end of the world, like I guess Apocalyptic Future is Days of Future Past too. That's another that's another good one. Like seeing the X-Men all fucking pretty much lose, and pretty much they all get taken out, and they send Kitty Pryde back in time and to her younger self to prevent was it Senator Kelly from getting assassinated?
Senator Kelly. Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't House of M also something like that too, or is this more just like for?
That's an alternate universe.
Alternate universe. Okay.
Scarlet Witch creates.
All right. So okay. So the other one, it's more. I wouldn't say it's apocalyptic. It's apocalyptic in the sense that it happens to one place and it really fucking just deteriorates their whole society. Is Batman No Man's Land. Yeah. So it's an apocalyptic place where Gotham is like a series of islands.
Yeah, it's pretty much
and it gets
city.
It just gets isolated. But the whole thing is, it's just cut off from like the rest of the United States. Like you cannot go in, they can't come
tear
out.
Down of a society.
Yeah, so exactly, that's pretty much it. And I think in the microcosm of the whole thing, it only happened in a city, but I think that's what would happen in a whole to societies across, that we would just start breaking down. And like in certain ways, we have like right now in this time, people are told like, hey, don't go outside. Everybody thinks it's it's a vacation and they're at the beach, with picnic tables and shit like that. And they're at the Loris Park in their private circles, parking circles. I'm like, dude,
I like to think of those as fighting pits.
That'd be great. Just have individual fight clubs in each one. That'd be great. Then have a tournament. Just kind of like bring them in. I'll go to each one and say sweep the leg.
As a side note, not to get too distracted, but I would love it if gladiatorial blood sport came back. Like fucking dude fighting a lion, fucking.
Hey man, they don't have.
AT&T isn't hosting shit for the next couple of months, man. We could do it there. That'd be awesome.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, Dana White, the UFC guy, fucking bought an island, and they're calling it Fight Island. They're just gonna.
Did they ever go there?
He bought the island. He's like
so fully entered the dragon Bruce Lee.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about it. Dana White's gonna come out like a fucking geek.
He's gonna have a big ass Fu Manchu. Fucking you have to fight through every floor to get to him. That'd be sick. I would be so pumped.
He's got a fucking undefeated fighter in each fucking level. He's got Fedor Emelianenko on level 1 and shit. That'd be crazy. That'd be dope though. I'd watch.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I'd watch. Conor McGregor fucking gets killed in the first fucking level.
There you go. Now you're talking. Got more for you?
Let me see. Well, of course, Walking Dead. Walking Dead's always great.
It's too easy, Rick. Too easy.
Yeah, it is.
Man, they dropped.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Yeah, I heard the new season's actually not bad.
I need to go back, man. I stopped in.
They're doing the Whisperers storyline right now, and I heard it's actually really good. I've been meaning to jump back in. I'll skip the last seasons I missed.
I don't know if that would be considered, because there were things that was on the fence if I wasn't sure if they were considered on that level, because Blackest Night, I think in a way is kind of apocalyptic. The dead are rising. You know?
But not all the way.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I was saying. It's just I wasn't sure if I could choose that one or not. But for those are pretty much my other four. I love No Man's Land. I just think people definitely should read that. It's just to see how society breaks down, how it does. It's the indifference of good people, man. Just let the bad shit keep going.
Yep, pretty much. That's life, man. So my first one, Why the Last Man.
That was gonna be on my list too, man.
Pretty much, the world is there's a virus, appropriate, that pretty much kills all the men in the world except for one guy, this kid named York. And so it's kind of all the shit that would happen if all the men died at once, and you would think being the last man on earth with all the women in the world would be a good thing, but no, not really. It's kind of a fucked up situation. It's very interesting. It's a good book, man. Brian K. Vaughan, Pia Guerra. It's a great read. It lasted, I think, 60 issues, maybe 69 issues or something like that. That's a great read. Great.
69, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Great series. Francisco, you ever read this?
I didn't even hear about it until just now.
It's great.
It's a great series, man. Really well written, great art. Just an intriguing storyline. Just him going across the country, trying to hook up, what was he trying to find his girlfriend that's on the other side of the coast, and he's just trying to navigate through this world, and he's the last man, so everybody's kind of after him as the last man.
It's not like a Hell Comes to Frogtown kind of thing where everyone's trying to fuck him, right?
Not really. No. Which
would be awesome.
There is some of that for sure, but it's some crazy shit, man. It's a good apocalyptic story. Definitely read that if you get a chance. And I've talked about this book before, but I'll talk about it then because it's apocalyptic. It's called Doom. It's written by Chuck Dixon. It's pretty much Doom gets sent to this other world, which it's pretty much apocalyptic. It's pretty much.
I remember hearing about this one.
It's pretty gruesome. Like in the first couple panels, he fights a lion. And
sick. I love that.
He takes his skin.
He fights. There you go.
He takes his skin and makes his Doom armor out of the fucking dead lion. So it's pretty much Dr. Doom meets Mad Max.
Oh, that's so tight.
That's fucking super sick,
that's
man.
So tight. I'm gonna order that right now.
The art is really cool. It's it's very apocalyptic. It's very appropriate. Like Doom kind of fighting his way.
Who did the art on that one?
Leonardo Manco.
It looks pretty sick. I don't know if he's been doing stuff.
It's pretty metal. It's pretty hardcore. The art's very like.
Is that Juggernaut?
It's almost Simon Beasley-ish. That's not Juggernaut, but it's very like Doom kind of fighting his way through the apocalypse and like kind of like rebuilding himself and like making his way up to his tower. Like Neymar's involved in this, and like it's fucking pretty brutal. It's a pretty fun book.
What's the title again?
It's just called Doom. By
Doom.
Yeah, just simple. I think there was two different storylines. Well, not two different, but two part storylines.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty interesting stuff, man. It's pretty fun apocalyptic stuff. Yeah, check it out if you can. And I was gonna pick one of the Marvel zombie books because I love the Marvel zombies. So I picked this one because I probably like this one the most. It's Marvel Zombies versus Army of Darkness.
Cool.
Which is
sick.
It's if you've read Marvel Zombies, you know that there's a zombie virus, and pretty much it comes from space, and it turns all the superheroes are the first ones to come in contact with it. So pretty much it turns them into mindless zombies, and they pretty much eat everyone. They start destroying everything. And so this actually takes place on the side of that where Bruce Campbell comes into the Marvel universe, well, this Marvel universe dimension, and kind of it deals with the Avengers and you know, the Marvel characters, all zombies trying to eat each other. So like there's shit like this, man. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, there's you know, Zombie I Heart the Duck, and they go to you know, the interaction with Ash and Spider-Man is hilarious, and it's just a fun fucking book, man. It's a good, of all the Marvel zombie books, I think this is like probably one of the best one. You're like, come on. You got the wasp eating an ear, like, come on.
Oh yeah,
there's some fun stuff. Hey, fucking black.
He's eating the poodle. I love it.
Eating a dog. Some weird shit in here, and just add fucking Bruce Ash from Evil Dead in here. It's amazing. It's some good stuff, man. Like he interacts with like there's Zombie Howard the Duck in here, and like, you know, it's amazing stuff, man. So good apocalyptic storytelling here. And you get Ash with Marvel Zombies. Come on, you can't go wrong with that.
Totally.
Oh.
And yeah, so you know, there's a couple other ones. There's like some of the End books. Alex mentioned it in the chat, but like Hulk the End and like Punisher the End. Let's see. We had a bunch of. Let's see.
Post-apocalyptic ones too is Old Man Logan, dude. Old Man Logan.
Oh yeah.
You know, I can't fucking believe I fucking left that off after seeing
think that counts, dude.
Doom, yeah.
Oh, that definitely counts. I'm not a big fan of that storyline, but it definitely counts.
Artwork is fucking dope in that one, dude. The storyline's kind of fucking weird, but I love the artwork in that one.
Alex has like fucking 30 pics here. Hold on, let me get through them. Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth is great. I read the book, man. That's fucking a dope book.
Let's see. Seven to Eternity. I heard that was good. I forgot who wrote that. He said thanks for Captain Trip.
That's first volume of The Stand.
We stand on guard is excellent. Canadian version of Red Dawn in the future. Bad guys are the U.S. of course. The book we were talking about was Afterlife with Archie. That was a Sarkaza.
Akira Sarkaza.
Yeah. Okay. Emily's Daniel going hard in the chat. Been live for a while. Yeah, thanks, Emily. Let's see what else we got. Oh my God, Flashpoint. I don't know if that's apocalyptic. I guess well, that's kind of alternate universe.
That's alternate, but it. I don't know. Was it even in the Flashpoint universe? Was it apocalyptic?
Well, I guess it was the end. I guess that counts. We'll give it to him.
It's like Final Crisis to me is more apocalyptic. I just wasn't.
I was thinking about Crisis on Infinite Earths too. That was kind of
Crisis on Infinite Earths definitely apocalyptic, and I'm just
all the worlds end fucking so.
Every single one's at risk. So yeah, definitely. But Final Crisis, no.
Emily, you guys are cool. Emily must be drunk at this point. See, Alex. Sorry, I just love the topic. Emily again, laugh my ass off. Ricky Wild, she's definitely drunk.
Yeah.
You crazy for this one.
Fran loves the iron.
Man, you crazy.
Fran loves the lion fights.
Yeah, he does.
That's straight up a fact. That's yes.
Oh,
bring that shit back. I'm here for it.
That Doom story sounds cool. From Alex.
Yeah, speaking of that Doom story, I can't fucking find it, man.
I wonder if Amazing Fantasy has that one, dude.
You can find it in You can find it on cheap, like on eBay or something like it. It's not like
like the only thing that's coming up is like Doom, like the video game comic series.
Ooh,
Doom,
which is horrible.
Do Doom, Chuck Dixon.
Okay.
Oh, Doom Chuck Dick, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Doom
that's a trip that you said that too. Chuck Dixon is an amazing writer.
He's
man.
great. He's a great writer.
He's
Kind of
a
underrated.
great fucking writer.
Let's see. This is
go.
my favorite podcast. Ron Jeremy, Danny Trejo, and Pete Davidson.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
At
Why
least
do I have to be
me-
hella old, yo?
Throwing heaters, man.
Dude, I've been getting like
Danny Trejo's like fucking 75.
whatever. Danny
out,
Trejo's way better than fucking Pete Davidson, fool. Like,
you want to trade?
I would love to trade. Are you shitting me?
You want to trade?
Trade you Danny Trejo.
I'll trade my Danny
asshole.
Trejo for your Pete Davidson,
Dude,
bro.
Are you shitting me? Like up until
I'm okay
now,
with Ron Jeremy.
I've
That's
been
fine.
I've been getting Michael Cera
No trades.
up until just now,
Michael Cera.
and that's not a fucking upgrade.
Yeah, we gotta do fucking Jumanji next level and jump into the water and trade this shit, bro.
Danny Trejo is fucking excellent. That's fucking. Speaking of Danny Trejo, did you watch the song that Pete Davidson did? The Danny Trejo?
Not yet.
Not yet. I was not into that.
Oh, easy.
I was not into that. It was fucking weird.
Emily's fucking dropping bombs, man. Boom, Emily. Boom.
Boom.
Yeah, she just killed it, man.
Mic drop.
She broke.
Was that Emily that said that?
Yeah.
She's killing
I'm
the business.
swinging on her next time. I swear to God, Emily, if you're watching this, it's happening.
I'm gonna pop out the fucking iPhone at that time. World Star.
Alex said 1 year, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Emily said, "Laugh my ass off. I wish I was." Oh, we miss Emily.
Not anymore. Sucks.
Throwing bombs, man. Man, what a disruptor.
Maverick.
Oh
Very
man,
true.
that's hilarious. Emily said, "Come for it, Francisco. Catch these hands." Damn.
She's not
Bro.
Braun Strowman, bro.
Damn.
She's not Braun Strowman.
She's fucking tiny. I will literally throw her. I'm fucking 6'3", dude. You're like 4 inches tall.
Hey,
This is
she
not
lives.
He's like half the Winklefy. I'm 6'3" and there's one of me. Okay. Emily said jerk.
Whatever.
You guys,
Call me Pete Davidson.
You go through
You want to
issues
trade?
on another.
I'll take Pete Davidson.
What do? Yes,
Trejo's
man.
killing you, dude.
Right now. I'm Danny
You're gonna
Trejo.
give me
No.
anybody from the Desperado movie. I get fucking knives, fucking Danny Trejo, man. I can't even get like Banderas.
He's more of like a Paul
Yeah,
Rodriguez.
Paul Rodriguez.
God is
At least I didn't get George Lopez this time.
Oh man, it's all disrupted now. Thanks a lot, Emily.
Disruptor.
Oh man. All right, well that was fun apocalyptic.
Oh, you know what? I got
Any other ones you want to go?
One more book. One more
Post them
book.
out.
I forgot this one, man. Was 7 Soldiers of Victory. I used to have this book. Yeah, it's
apocalyptic.
It is because they're trying to stop the Sheeta from taking over the world. So pretty much, the Sheeta, the black magic. It's all like it's a DC universe, but it's all like the shit that has to do with the magic. So it's all so a lot of magic users.
Grant Morrison, right?
Yeah, Grant Morrison, exactly. So it was really good. Had Clarion the Witch Boy, the Shining Knights, Star Spangled Kid. So it had just like a lot of like the lesser known people, like not even like B characters, more like your C and D characters, and they still came together to like pretty much stop like this kingdom from kind of like taking over like our reality and destroying our fucking way of life. So, kind of cool, but just thought I'd throw that in there.
Any other ones, Francisco, you can think of?
Apocalyptic.
Yeah, any other ones coming to mind? Trying to look at
the
damn books.
Like I don't know. The only other thing that comes to mind is like and I can't remember the name of it now, but the one where fucking Hulk gets thrown into the future and like his future self, like
the Maestro, man, Future Imperfect.
Yeah.
Was that Peter David and George Perez, man?
Yeah.
They're actually coming back to speaking of which, that book, they're coming back and telling the origin of the Maestro. Peter David and Dale Keown is coming back.
Whoa, is he going to be on time with his work and shit this time?
Apparently. They're doing that. I think this summer they're coming out with the origin of the Maestro. So that's a
shit, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
because I like I don't know, I love kind of seeing Hulk as like a gnarly warlord villain, you know.
It's great.
Have
you read The Immortal Hulk yet?
Yeah, that was really sad. Yeah, that was a bummer.
The Immortal Hulk?
The Immortal Hulk, yeah, that's the one where he's stuck on the planet and he just can't die.
That's Planet.
That's Planet Hulk.
Yeah, but no, that's the.
You're thinking of the end, right?
The epilogue is the Immortal Hulk, isn't it?
No, that's the new book that's coming out by Al Ewing. That's the current Hulk series. I know what we're talking. The one you're talking about is the Hulk: The End, where he's like the last man on Earth.
Oh yeah, huh?
He's
yeah,
like
that one's a bummer.
Yeah, he's like fighting cockroaches and shit, and like it's all fucked up.
Yeah, and he just can't fucking die.
Yeah, he's constantly trying to kill himself. He just can't die.
No, I haven't read Immortal Hulk.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. No, you should read it if you get a chance, man. It's good, good horror, good, like it's just amazing fucking writing. Yeah, fucking highly recommend it. Yeah, read Immortal Hulk if you get a chance. It's so fucking good. Yeah, it's definitely one of the best books out there right now.
That's one thing I love about coming on this show is like learning all the cool new things I get to read, you know?
Yeah. So we try to give people an education, man. This show cost me a lot of money, man. Let's see. Frosty Feet. Is that Ninja?
Bro, you can catch these hands.
Yeah, people are just fucking lighting you up in the chat, man. Damn, man.
Damn, dog.
Such a heated.
There's some hate.
Whatever. Fuck it. I'm owning it. Fortnite. Pete Davidson. I'm sad, depressed. Bipolar.
Get that fucking that $20 million YouTube.
Whatever fucking gets me a check, dog. I'm not mad at it.
Alex Grant Morrison, Rick, good call. Zatanna's in it also. Walking Dead. We talked about Walking Dead.
Right. Zatanna's in it.
Frosty Feet said Walking Bread. Yeah, I like Walking Bread.
He's on it.
Awesome. All right, so cool. That's good. Some good discussion there. So we're gonna go jump to the pull list section this week. Basically, pull list is stuff you picked up, good or bad this week, stuff you watched, stuff you listened to, whatever kind of sticks out. You know, we have a lot of time to watch shit and read shit right now. So, Francisco, I'll go to you first. What'd you pick up, or what'd you read this week? What'd you?
Well, so it's not something that I've like picked up recently, but it's a podcast that I'm a big fan of, and I feel like more people need to know about is Cold Case Murder Mystery. And it's this guy who breaks down cold case files in such a weird fucking way, right? He doesn't just give you like what happened, you know. He gives you the like what it was like for each person involved, like an in-depth analysis of like their family history and what could have driven them to do these things, you know. And he also brings a lot of like metaphysical shit involved, you know. My favorite episode that I feel like you guys need to know about. Just a sec. But no, so like he's very interesting, and like to hear him talk, it's just, I will say, the like double-edged sword of being incredibly detailed is that he kind of goes overboard with the details to where it's like, where the fuck is this going? And he can take a long time to get there. But by the time he gets there, it's like, oh my God, all of this makes sense. Why aren't you an actual fucking detective? You know, he's been mentioned on Dan Harmon's old podcast,
Harmontown.
Harmontown, and they like gave him the nickname Asperger's Detective just because of like how fucking intense he can get. But definitely, hang on, I think the name of it is, he breaks down so it's this guy, Ryan Krause, who goes for like a psychological exploration of each murder. And he uses this vernacular that kind of like, it's kind of distracting because you sometimes have to pause it and break down what he's said to find like a really powerful, like pretty intense statement and then reanalyze like what he's been talking about to be like, holy shit, this guy's like both a genius and absolutely fucking insane.
They usually are.
Yeah.
I know a few people like that.
Stable genius.
So, I mean, definitely recommend listening to this guy. Once again, his podcast is Cold Case Murder Mysteries. And it's like if you are driving somewhere or you can't sleep, it's like perfect for listening. Totally.
How long are the episodes?
Oh, dude, they fucking like, when I say he's detailed. Some can be like, 2 hours, and some can be like 5 hours. Yeah.
What's the podcast called again?
Cold Case Murder Mysteries.
Cold Case Murder Mysteries. Okay.
Yeah. And then let me bring up the name of the episode that is a good introduction.
Please.
It's the Missing Madeleine McCann and the Meticulous Metaphysical Manipulation of Miscalculated Motion is the full title.
All right, I'll just look at Meticulous and I'll
just look up Cold Case Murder Mysteries.
Just look up 10 M's. Jesus Christ.
No, dude, this guy's fucking insane. Look up Cold Case Murder Mysteries, Madeleine McCann. And
so it's like they recant the story. Do they do it from like it's like they're telling you a story, or are they or
in a way?
Something, okay, because I just want to see, because check it out. There's this one that I've been listening to. It's only 2 seasons long. It's called Monstro. Okay. All the episodes are maybe about like 35 to 40 minutes long. Mm-hmm. And it's just like a short story about like whatever. And they're not cold cases, but it's shit, these murders that they fucking caught and all these like crazy serial killer things.
Okay. Yeah, no, he'll like, it depends on the episode, like how they'll approach it. Like the one I was listening to earlier today was, it was the case of this mother who like went out in the middle of nowhere, claimed that a big dude with a big bushy beard like killed her kids, but she was actually the one that killed her children. And so it wasn't like a mystery of who done it. It was more of a mystery of like why she would do it, And so he really just like breaks down like possible motives to the point where like he's bringing up her family life and her mother's relationship with her abusive father.
Okay. So it's almost like an in-depth like something you would watch. Okay, so it's like an in-depth kind of like it breaks down every single iota of whatever. Okay.
He does a really good job of that. And like I said, each episode is like pretty different. But the mystery of McCann, which actually is a mystery and like no one really knows what the fuck happened, he like pretty much solves it to such an airtight level where it's like, how the fuck did the police miss all this,
All right.
Definitely give it a check. And then you said yours was called Monstro?
Monstro. It's kind of it's just like a retelling, but they kind of do it like from different perspectives. Sometimes they take over the character and they'll like it takes a case and re-dramatizes it.
Okay, I think I found it. Yeah, nice.
So maybe give that a listen to see if that's something.
Totally.
Like.
That sounds cool. All right, what else you got, Francisco?
Well, so I showed this earlier, but I just to like fuck around. But again, looking through my comics, I found this classic one that I'm a fan of.
Is that Dan Slott?
Fuck, man. It's Guggenheim, Kelly, Wells,
Okay, good.
Bacalo,
Okay.
Kiston, Rivera.
I think that was during a time where like they're switching back and forth writers, I think, and then on Amazing Spider-Man because it was coming out weekly and they like switched up writers.
Yeah.
I think I actually read that one. That was actually really good.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of this one. Like, I love the idea of the Punisher and Spider-Man teaming up already, but that comic I just showed does a really good job of it. And then I'm showing this one just because I was on your podcast previously and I didn't have this with me, but it's Punk Rock Jesus.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah,
it was great.
Classic for me. Like, read it when I was like fucking 13, anarcho, like, yeah, fuck the world, like, punk, but wait, Jesus, so it was like mind-blowing to my 13-year-old mind, but it still holds up. It's still a good comic, and it has a lot of cool style choices. Big fan of that one.
Awesome. Fuck yeah, Punk Rock Jesus.
Also, just to flex, I have this Kronos VHS. A classic Guillermo del Toro.
Nice.
I
like that cover.
Yeah. Really good cover. Fun
Very
movie.
suggestive.
No. That's
good thing kids don't watch this. Kid.
It's mine.
It's mine. All right, Rick, what do you got?
This the pull list?
Yeah, it's pull list. Yeah.
Oh shit! Why did I? Let me see.
All right, I'll start, Rick.
Thank you. I just lost train of thought, bro. I'm sorry.
I watched. What did I watch this week? I watched Last Dance. I finished the Michael Jordan documentary, which was.
How was that? I still haven't started it.
Fucking amazing! It's so good. Even if you're not a huge basketball fan, just like the way they did the documentary is great. Like they pretty much filmed the '98 season. They had all access to film behind the scenes, so they cut from like they could basically go through the season, and like every episode they kind of like flash back to like the beginnings. Like they flash back to Jordan, like his college career and like how he got started, and then like it's great the way they do it. Like the music's really good, and the like it's all time appropriate for the era. Like they're in '89 and they play fucking Party Man from the Batman soundtrack.
Oh no shit!
And, like
cool.
Doing a montage of like Jordan doing shit. It's amazingly well put together. They get a lot of in-depth interviews with a lot of these players.
I heard they found out a lot of things about him in this one, which is kind of dope. Like they talked about the flu game. That it's the pizza game now.
It was a food poisoning game. Yeah.
It's the pizza game.
And they talk about the stuff with the Olympics. How they what's his name?
Isaiah Thomas stuff. Oh yeah, that's a big thing.
They talk a lot. It's good, man. If you grew up in that era watching Jordan and stuff, it's very interesting. It's a very well put together documentary. It's all I watched the uncensored version, so seeing all these guys curse up like Jordan curse up a storm is a kind of amazing. It's a well put together documentary. I think it's coming to Netflix like next month or so, the next couple months. So
I hope it comes out uncensored because
I think it'll probably come out uncensored. They'll probably add some more. I'll definitely watch it again because it's a very well put together documentary. It's like 10 parts, I think. It's great. They talk about when during the championship where Dennis Rodman went to fucking Nitro and hung out with the Hulk Hogan and fucking the NWO and shit.
I remember that.
It's fucking pretty hilarious. Like Jordan has to fucking drag Rodman out of bed. Like Carmen Electra's like hiding behind a couch under blankets, and Jordan shows up to like drag fucking Rodman to practice, and they show Rodman in practice with his like pajamas and like his slippers and shit. Like,
no shit, really? Holy fuck!
It's fucking good, man. It's fucking really well.
Was that serious?
Yeah, it's fucking good. Let's see, what else did I watch? The new episodes of Rick and Morty, man. Oh my god, this last week's episode, last Sunday's episode, it's probably my second favorite of the series. It's so fucking good. Just great use of a Eric Clapton song.
Which one?
You have to watch the episode.
Oh, motherfucker.
It's fucking really good, man. Well, just good fucking, just crazy fucking weird storytelling. It's fucking amazing. Yeah, definitely. If you haven't seen this season's actually been really good. And last week's episode just fucking blew me away. I had to watch it a couple times. It was so good. Let's see. I watched AEW last night. That was pretty good. The new pay-per-view. Rick, you need to watch it.
I need to watch it.
Good old-fashioned wrestling.
I need to watch it so bad, dude. You have no idea how bad.
It's really good. You're gonna dig it. And also speaking of staying on the wrestling topic, I watched the Dark Side of the Ring, the Owen Hart episode. Owen Hart was it 98, 99? He was doing a gimmick where he was supposed to come down from the rafters, and the rope broke, and he fell like 60 feet and hit his neck on the fucking turnbuckle or whatever, and died. And this happened during a fucking live pay-per-view. So it's pretty fucking sad, man. It's pretty fucking sad. What else? And okay, I got a couple comics. I picked this up from Amazing Fantasy this week. Thor by Jason Aaron, the second part of his run, and this is dealing with Jane Foster as becoming the new Thor. I'm still reading the first one. It's some good stuff. If you haven't got a chance to read Jason Aaron's run on Thor, it's really good.
Is that her becoming Thor, or her first run as Thor?
This is her becoming Thor.
Her becoming Thor. So that could be Love and Thunder right there.
Yeah, supposedly they're not using the storyline. In the storyline, Jane Foster has cancer.
Okay.
And she's dying, and so she gets she ends up getting the hammer. And anytime she turns into Thor, she turns into Thor, and she doesn't she's not dying. But every time she turns back to Jane Foster, she dies a little more. Yeah, so it's very kind of. I remember reading up on some of it, so I'm ready to get in depth on that one. And I just finished this. This is excellent book. It's called Spider-Man Life Story. Chip Sidarsky and Mark Bagley. So basically the concept of this book is basically if Spider-Man grew up in real time. So it starts off in the 60s and it goes all the way to current time. And it's pretty much a Spider-Man age appropriate during the time. So it deals with like the 60s, deals with like some of the Vietnam War stuff. Then you go into the 70s and it all incorporates the main storylines for that era. So whatever the main storyline was during that era, it incorporates into him. Crazy. But Peter actually aging appropriately. So it's pretty good, man. Like the 70s deal with like, you know, the like Harry's drug use and stuff like that. And like fucking you go to the 80s, it deals with like the black costume and like Secret War stuff. And you go to the 90s, it deals with the Clone Saga. You know, and if you read some of the 2000 stuff, it deals with like Merlin and like stuff like that. It's very, very clever the way they do it, and age during the time is really good. Chip Zdarsky is a great writer, and see Mark Bagley draw Spider-Man is great. So highly recommended if you want to read a cool Spider-Man story, Spider-Man life story. It's really good, really well put together. Definitely a good book if you want some cool Spider-Man story to read. A different take, and it's cool the way they incorporate all the age storylines and kind of make it work. It could have easily been a cheesy book, but it's really good. He's a great writer, Chip Zdarsky. So check that out if you get a chance. Yeah, I think that's it for me on my pool. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Rick, what do you got? Anything else?
Okay, so yeah, I was been watching a lot of the Dark Side of the Ring stuff as well. Not just the Owen Hart story, but I just saw the story for the UWF, another fledgling upstart wrestling federation, which was kind of amazing that they had Andre, Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful, and like a slew of other stars at the time. But and they had like a guy who had like just like copious amounts of fucking money, but their owner was like, you know, addicted to fucking cocaine and fucking strippers and, you know, call girls.
Who isn't, man?
You know, when you have that much money, I guess, but you know, they said that, you know, wrestlers would come up to see it and try to get their paychecks, and all of a sudden they would see him with like 3 or 4 fucking call girls covered in Vaseline and cocaine. So kind of like these trippy dark stories that you hear about in wrestling, you know. So I'm a big wrestling fan, so that's that Dark Side of the Ring is a fucking awesome fucking
they're well put together documentaries.
Super. Vice is just like, I mean, they do some real good.
Yeah, it's produced by
stuff.
Vice, right?
Yeah, it is a Vice stuff. So I mean,
Vice does good work, man.
I definitely enjoy a lot of Vice's stuff. So let me see what else. So finally finished Final Fantasy VII. That game is going to be Game of the Year.
Yeah.
It's fucking damn amazing.
How long did it take you?
Not a total game hours played. I think it was about like 70, but it didn't. it wasn't all that time because sometimes I'll just like stop, I'll go cook, and I'll just leave the game on.
Smell the roses.
Yeah, I'll go cook. You know, I'll eat. You know,
For a
I'll
walk,
fucking check
go
my
to the
phone,
DMV.
and then come. Exactly, I'll leave the game on so I can fucking accrue whatever fucking money I'm making. But so there's that. I've also been playing a lot of Zelda: Link from the Past recently. Cool. I've been playing Zelda: Ocarina of Time, the original Zelda for the NES, just in preparation for one of our shows coming up, right? So.
Cool. So we're doing what was it? I
like
think
like a dream project kind of.
I was talking to Miguel today, so we're gonna call it pitches get stitches. We're pitching.
What?
We're gonna
pitches get what?
Pitches get stitches, man.
Pitches get stitches. Oh, dude, that means they're. Oh shit! It's just fucking like doomed to fucking die at this point.
So basically, the concept is basically we fantasy book a movie or or a TV show.
Like we're pretty much we're the writer and producer, but we get to pick everything else.
Pick the cast, pick the cinematographer, pick the music, and pick like it. So yeah, Rick's doing Zelda. My buddy Miguel's doing Bionic 6, the old 90s.
I know, man. I'm like cartoon. So fucking juiced to see Bionic 6. What he would choose, man.
I'm doing the Flash. So yeah, we're just gonna like make our own movie. So it's gonna be coming up soon.
God damn it, Hollywood! Fucking pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention. Oh, my pick for Reverse Flash is awesome. I can't wait to fucking share that.
Oh man, like right now, so the other thing too, we have to talk about the cast that we're gonna choose, right, and the characters that we're gonna include in whatever storyline.
Yep.
All right, cool. Because I've been like trying to go through all the how I would attack Zelda, so this is a good starting point because. Zelda's one of those quest games, so you gotta go and get shit. You know, I don't think there's gonna be a whole movie that you want to just see somebody going and get shit all the time, like.
Yeah.
So I have to figure out how to do it, and
I'm still working on the title. It's not gonna be the title, but working on the title.
Oh, it's like it's either for me. It's either gonna be gonna be called Ocarina of Time, or it would be called Zelda: Link to the Past. It has to because it deals with time travel, so it's gonna have to be one of the two. Which is fucking it's pretty dope, man. I'm gonna take a little liberty, but to include and weave like all 2-3 stories for Zelda, but it's gonna be sick, man. And so I've been playing all 3 games, and dude, Zelda's fucking just an enjoyable fucking game.
Oh hell yeah!
It's just amazing. It's just amazing how like the first one, it's just so simple and so far ahead of its time. For like what you could do like screen by screen, you're just like walking over all these different screens doing different things.
I can't wait for the Breath of the Wild sequel.
Yeah, like I'm about to down like once I get the micro SD card for my game I was about to say GameCube for my Switch, I'm about to download it, Breath of the Wild. All I have is pretty much Smash Brothers. So
speaking of Switch, have you played the Jay and Silent Bob game?
Not yet. I've been looking for it.
Yeah,
he says there's a Jay and Silent Bob game. I've been looking for it.
It's called the Mall Brawl, and it's
Mall Brawl. Okay.
It's pretty much like an NES game, but with Jay and Silent Bob. And so it's like a kind of like a
beat 'em up.
Yeah, it's a beat 'em up, like a fucking double
Streets
dragon.
of Rage.
Like a Streets of Rage double dragon.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, I could definitely do that.
So it's
just like
fun.
Scott Pilgrim. I'm set.
It's 2-player. You can play Jay or Silent. You can if you're playing one player, you can switch back and forth. But it's fun. It's like old. It's done in the old school 8-bit style and stuff. It's got a little VSQ references and shit in it. So I've been kind of saving it because I want to play with. So it's kind of a game you need to play with somebody. So,
yeah. Oh well, once this is done, man, I'll be fucking. I'll be Bob.
Bob.
I'll be the Bob. You're the shit talker, bro, not me.
Clearly, Emily's the ship talker. Okay.
I know, right? What happened to Emily? She was
such
a sweet girl.
Laughing my ass off, bro. Best podcast ever. Thanks, Emily. Emily still can't watch Breaking Bad. We'll see. Now that
Come on, bro, for real.
Now that I know it pisses her off, I'm gonna keep it. I do a lot of things.
No, don't do that. You know what? He does the same thing with me with that movie Dark City. Fuck you, bro. I watch.
I have a lot of things. Yeah, I have a lot of spite over the years for like people.
That's not
Emily
cool.
said so silly. Alex said I got a recommendation for Rick and everyone. Kingdom on Netflix. 16th century Korea. Post-Japanese invasion with zombies. Wow.
I'll check that out. Oh, I heard about that. I'll probably start that. You said fucking Korean and zombies. That's like the way to fucking sell me on everything right now.
Yeah, this sounds amazing.
You've seen Train to Busan, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Probably the
Fucking
best
classic.
zombie movie in the last like 10 years.
Fucking classic.
So
Well,
good.
I just like in that movie that what they do is they kind of introduce a new thing, like just like a new rule. I guess you could say to zombies, like the whole. They're so attracted to sound and fixated on it that they don't attack it, but they just go to it. Like just like like just mindless beasts. They're not just like eating like
kind of like fish fans, huh?
Wow, a lot of hate.
Damn, drawing a hard line on fish fans.
We just compared them to the fucking zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Great zombie scenes, excellent camera work and directing. Go check this out.
I'll check that out.
Danny, Breath of the Wild is good.
And the thing is, I'm sure like if I played Breath of the Wild, that I would want to include some aspects of that into the fucking.
Well, you
movie.
save it for the sequel, Rick.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll go through that when we get to it. It's gonna be a long thing for me, man. I already got like so much of it done. I'm like super excited.
Awesome.
It's like if I was actually making it, but alas, if only Nintendo would fucking pay attention. Miyamoto.
Don't worry. Once we establish this podcast, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, that'd be great. Miyamoto's gonna call me all the
Emily
time.
said you're the one who's missing out on Breaking Bad, so I ain't mad. Sounds like you're pretty mad about it, Emily. I don't know.
Enough to comment on it.
Yeah,
Why you're upset?
Why are you so mad, bro? Why are you so mad?
I'll watch it, Emily. Don't worry. I'll watch it. We'll do.
If he you know what? He'll probably watch Breaking Bad, but he still won't watch Dark City. So you
fucked up that, Rick.
Hey, fuck you, dude. Come on, man. I watched the fucking Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Okay.
Yeah, without me, asshole.
I needed to watch it. It was
to be there to handle your emotional state, Rick.
Look, all right. I know some of you are about to be mad, but it must be said. Breaking Bad is like fucking whatever. I've watched 3 seasons of that fucking show and I just could not give a shit.
Hey, you better look outside your fucking window right now because Emily's about to fucking you're about to fucking see like a laser sniper line come right at you.
It's gonna be like that fight and There's Something About Mary when like Ben Stiller's fighting the dog. Danny just started Ozark.
Ozark is dope, dude. Ozark is fucking dope. You gotta watch it.
Emily, it's just dumb. Laugh my ass off. Don't be a dummy. Fran, you're wrong. It's okay to be wrong.
I don't have a problem with being wrong.
Sometimes.
Like, I admit my mistakes, like being friends with Emily.
Should have had Emily on the show today, man. She's feisty, man.
You know what? That's the pairing right there that we need. It's fucking Emily and fucking Francisco. That's like fucking volatility at its best.
Next episode is just us with boxing gloves.
I'm not saying a thing except fight.
We'll go Kit and Watanabe on them, like just let them fight. Let them fight.
Fucking Ray's just screaming at the end of the fucking podcast. Finish him!
Wow. Emily said, wow. It's me driving to your house. You better keep a social distance, Emily. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking for games, man, play this game called For the King. It's like...
Is it on PS4?
Dude, maybe. But it can be played on like any fucking computer. It's cheap as shit, and it's like a fun game to play with friends. If you're a fan of like tabletop RPG kind of shit, it's kind of like that. It's like you and 3 friends are like, on this quest to like fucking get rid of like monsters in the countryside or whatever. But it's like very cute animation, really fucking difficult. There's permadeath in it, so once you die and like everybody dies, like that's it. You got to start a new game.
Oh no shit.
It's a fucking blast. Like me and some friends have been playing it like within our own homes because like I said, it can play on like any computer, and it's a blast. Definitely check that one out.
What's it called?
For the King.
For the King. Let me write that. So, like, that's another thing that I'd like to fucking mention to folks. When it comes to like this, when it comes to like trying to self-isolate, the fact that we're still able to game, and if people do game, because I've actually been in chat rooms with Bo on the PS4 now. Well, yeah, I know. It's just he's trying to convince me to get Predator Hunting Grounds. I just can't see myself playing fucking competitive anymore. It just sucks. It's just too much toxicity in people's behavior. So
it's real.
I can't. Yeah, no, dude. Trust me. There's a lot of toxicity. People.
Yeah, man. I'm not a big unless I know you. I don't want to play.
Yeah.
I don't want to play with some random cat on.
I'll play with random cats, and every now and then you'll find a cool cat. And they'll keep playing with you, and you'll fucking advance in games like really far. But it's fucking those people are few and far between. I think for every one you find fucking maybe 20 dickheads.
Yeah.
So
it's like petty shit too, you're a noob, you don't know what you're.
It's just stupid. It's
I'm sorry, I know this is your life, but this is me. I just want to play a fucking couple rounds of game. Like I'm not sitting here for like.
I come here to escape reality, not have to deal with more.
Here they come fucking at you, right? Yeah. So right now for people, I like games where you can like interact with people and have fun. So like I've been playing Friday the 13th. It's always a fun game. It's on PS4. I want to try to get Bo and try to get a group going. A good seven to eight people. It's a fun game. Also, I bought Monopoly.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god! Finally, yes, another person.
I got Monopoly.
What system?
Me and some friends have been playing Monopoly like so fucking much to the point where we're gambling on games. Cash App.
Dude, like,
people
SF Comic Book Code does not promote that.
Can I get it on this? I don't know if I want to get it on the game for gambling, but I like play 2 games with the friends that like convinced me to get this game, and they won't fucking play anymore. Like I beat them both times that we played, and it's just because they were like, "Well, you got the railroads." I'm like, "Well, you guys."
What fucking whatever, fool. That's Monopoly. Is like
right, exactly. Don't get mad.
That's Monopoly.
Don't get mad.
Oh, I'm sorry that you hate capitalism.
I made a sweet deal for the railroad.
Capitalism hates poor people.
Oh,
that's it.
Thank you.
That's fucking Monopoly.
So Monopoly is a good game. Also, Uno. The card game Uno is so much fucking fun. I'm just wishing that they had more of these Milton Bradley games. Like the Game of Life.
They got Clue.
Do they have Clue
on
PS4?
Clue.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
I don't know about because I have a PC that I put together.
Yeah, I have my PC. I could get these games, but it sucks because I'm getting them on 2 different platforms. I have to get them off of the Steam for my PC, and then I have to get shit for my PS4. Yeah, dude, if I can find, what are you on? Are you on Steam?
Yeah, Steam.
Okay, I'm gonna probably have to fucking get your.
I'll send you my shit.
Yeah, through the Instagram, I'll send you mine.
Cool.
Once I get my thing going back up, because
you're not invited, Ray.
Get a fucking private chat room, right? Let's see.
Don't get mad. So yeah, and plus I know you're out there, Audrey. I want you right here. The camera right here.
She's gonna kick your ass. Shut up.
I want no.
Talking to you, Audrey.
Audrey, I want the smoke. I don't care if you kick my ass. I just need to know how fucking good you are.
You scared, Audrey?
You need to know how good you are. I'll send you my Nintendo Switch.
Smash Brothers Online is too glitchy for me. I don't like playing online.
No. You play in a private room. It's not glitchy at all. You play in a private room. That means your internet is still shitty, Ray. That's the only thing that's telling me.
Rick, your blood is boiling. Calm down.
No. I'm just saying.
Alex, Breaking Bad was great. When episodes were coming off, a lot of cliffhangers. Was watching it pre all the hype. Love that show. Such a hipster, Alex. He liked it before.
He likes. Yeah. Well, he did like The Last Jedi. So
Emily, that's the next podcast, friend. You guys gonna fight? Cool. Alex knows what's up. Alex again. Aaron Paul grows in as an actor. He absolutely amazing on the show. I'm not a big fan of Aaron Paul. He's just.
Dude, did you see the last season?
Aaron Paul's okay.
I'm like four episodes in.
Is Aaron Paul's in Westworld now, right?
Yeah.
His forehead's very distracting to me.
Oh my god,
he's got the Joe McHale.
Don't do it physical, man.
He's
if the guy's a good actor, he's a good actor, man.
I mean, he's like definitely fucking not trying.
Yeah.
So he's horrible.
He's not trying, and I mean the season's kind of whatever anyway.
I like the season so far, but I haven't seen.
Wait until you finish it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I heard the ending's kind of like some people love it, some people fucking can't.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cranston is good, but too good too, but really good overall cast overall. But that being said, I highly recommend The Wire. Same creators as Homicide, but HBO, so less censors. Homicide was an awesome show back in the day.
The Wire's a fucking classic, man.
Omar's
coming.
That's probably next on my list to watch, man. I love The Wire.
Yeah.
I heard it's amazing. So yeah, definitely.
Hey, if you're gonna be watching HBO stuff, dude, check out Rome.
All right,
Check out Rome, dude. Rome is fucking dope.
Emily
it's 2
said,
seasons.
Emily said Uno is lit.
Uno is lit.
Too real.
Emily said, Alex, you're right about it all. I don't think so.
Hit me up on PS4 and
Emily said, Audrey, take these suckers down. Audrey's gonna kill you.
Dude, just Ray, bro.
Audrey's gonna kill you. Audrey's gonna.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm the guy who's doing this. Just because Audrey took you down, bro, doesn't mean that she's gonna take me.
Yeah, I beat her once, so that was good. That was good for me. I'll take the one. I'll take the one.
I think I got more than just one in me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, Rick. I've seen you play.
Yeah, Ray, you've lost to me, dude. Come on, bro.
Yeah, you lost to me. Shit.
Yeah, I know. But you make it sound like I suck compared to you, bro.
I know. I said you suck compared to Audrey.
No. You make it sound like I suck.
We're not talking about me, Rick. We're not talking about me.
You're like, no, you were like, yeah, Rick, you're not gonna win.
Next fight is fucking Ray and Rick.
I'll fucking have this.
In real life?
Have to put this. Oh, no, that's not gonna happen.
In real life?
I'm a little guy now. I'm a little guy now. No, yeah, it's just proportionate wise. It's like I was a big guy, he was a big guy. Now I'm a little guy, he's a little guy. No. He's still a big guy. Out of my weight class, right?
Alex said, "Thanks, Emily. Don't listen to the haters." Emily said, "Last time I played Smash with Audrey, it's like I didn't even play the game."
I don't think you'd play the game to begin with, Em. I'd destroy you too.
To be honest, though, Emily's probably the worst fucking Smash Brothers player I've ever seen.
Hey, she's picking Pichu and fucking knocked out of the fucking thing hella quick.
Emily's not really good, but she puts a quite an effort in. Yeah.
Spirited effort.
She puts the old college try.
It's all good, guys. I gave it my best shot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what you get for talking shit,
Emily. Spot on Emily impression. That was so spot on.
Did she just join the podcast?
Sounded exactly like, I swear to God, if my eyes were closed, I would have sworn.
Emily said, say it again.
God bless us, everyone.
I hope she like smashes her.
Oh my God, that was Emily. That's so crazy.
Aw. Poor little drunk Emily. She's probably fucking waving her fist at the TV right now.
Oh, you meddling.
It was me all along.
I love that we have, like, now as a part of internet history, Emily's being made fun of. Like, generations in the future, when aliens take over, they will discover this and be like, damn, Emily sucks at Smash.
Like the end of AI, they're gonna find that frozen block and they'll just find this podcast. Like, oh yeah, they were making fun of Emily.
I wish I could play against Emily. I would have beat her too.
Ooh, I'm Emily. Ooh.
That's fucked
Let's see.
I'm sorry. So good at those impressions.
Rick, that's the best impersonation. Reed, thanks. Alex, dude, you made her Eddie Haskell. Eddie Haskell.
Oh, don't mention Eddie Haskell, man. My fucking hero's gone.
Emily said, "You're the worst, Francisco. You're still Pete Davidson."
He's Danny Trejo now.
Yeah, the switch has been made.
There's been a trade. There's been a.
The next time I'm on, I have the biggest mustache and the longest fucking ponytail.
He's gonna have a fucking big ass tattoo of a fucking woman right here
on my bed. He's gonna open a taco stand in fucking LA and shit.
Oh my god. Oh man, that's fucking great.
Too much. Oh man. Well, that was a show.
Oh man, that was fucking fun, bro.
That was a good one. I think we might be close to the.
No, this is the longest one.
This might be the longest one.
Yeah, no, I can tell. This is right off the bat. This is the longest one.
I feel like every episode I'm on is like fucking an hour and a half or 2 hours.
No, this one definitely.
This has been averaging like 2 hours. So yeah, we've been.
It's like we could get. Honestly, right now, I think we have another half hour in us.
Gotta leave them wanting more, man. Gotta leave them wanting more.
Yeah, I know. I only got one more White Claw, so.
There you go. Yeah, we gotta get drunk. It was a fun show, man. This is good times. This is a little levity in our post-apocalyptic life. So,
If anybody wants to see some absolute garbage, I'm sending Ray and Rick right now my final that I had for video production class.
Oh, wow.
And I tried to recreate the warehouse scene in Footloose.
Oh my God.
Wait, are you dancing?
No.
Oh, fuck!
I don't want to watch that.
Fuck! I was like, wait a minute. This is gonna be for an epic. I was like,
dude, it's so fucking bad, and I
please.
it's kind of fun to watch.
Do you play the exact fucking song too?
So here's what I did is I recreated the song with only vocals.
Oh my God.
Okay. No music, all right? Because that's a fucking amazing opening with like a
There's
fucking
an argument to be
mean
made that it's
saxophone.
music.
It's a mean saxophone.
Oh,
opening.
I do a pretty good cover of it.
Okay, all right.
Sounds amazing.
Oh, you're singing it. You're singing it too.
Well,
dude, I'm doing everything.
Oh, that's fucking dope. So you got the Kenny Loggins.
We'll put that as a one-off special right there.
Oh no, we include the link to that one, dude. Fucking the world needs to see this.
All right. So Francisco, you want any other shout outs you want to give? Anything you want to comment?
Fuck, man. Not really. Shit. I don't fucking what? I don't know. Shout out to what? Emily? Fuck you. I don't know. Shout out to my haters, my one hater, Emily.
One hater.
That's funny.
Danny's all great show. Krista Carlson, so much fun. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Krista.
Thank you, Krista.
Awesome. Just Rick, you want anything shout out? Anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to shout out the fucking Facebook group. You know, join SF Comic Book Company on Facebook. You get to see some of the news that we'll probably be talking about at the end of the week. Kind of comment that way we can, include you guys in the conversation. Kind of just make it like a whole family kind of thing,
And we have a poll up right now for our next top 10 list.
I think the poll's going to be active for the next. I'm going to probably make it active until Thursday. Okay. And then after that, because the way it's going, I can see where it's.
What's on the list right now? We got action movies.
We got 80s action movies. We have Stephen King adaptations. We have female badasses in movies. We have original movie scores, and we have animation that's in 2D.
2D animation.
Cool. 2D animation.
Yeah, if you go to the Facebook page, you can vote, and whatever one you. We're probably going to end up doing all those, but we're just.
I've already got like lists for everything.
People want us to do next, so that's on.
And I'm coming up with more lists right now at the same time. It's not just movies, like another one. Make a list for anything, man. Yeah, well, I'll let you know, Ray. I don't want to do any spoilers right now, but so definitely, please vote in the poll. Hit like and subscribe.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the big thing. Hit like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe to shit.
Subscribe.
Yeah, thanks to Emily. She does our logo. She's gonna work on a new logo for us. Supposedly she's working on that. Check that out. Thanks to Graham for doing the theme. Graham Gates, he did our awesome theme.
Emily, comic book covers. Ray is Godzilla. Rick is Nightwing. It works. I can sit on his shoulder.
Rick should be Ultraman, if anything.
He's altered, man. Thanks everybody in the chat for commenting. Emily, you were hilarious. Thank you. Thanks for everybody watching the show. Look out for more stuff coming soon.
Coming
soon to a podcast.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well,
got a little too excited. Got a little too excited.
All right, we ruined everything. Okay. All right, guys.
Last show ever.
Fun night. Fun show.
Bye.